more by visiting lung.org/RSV.
Furnished by
Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Didn't I hear this enough yesterday? I can see Mark Mitchell driving to the basket right now and getting his shot blocked. Travel. I can envision another Darren Porter 3. I left that game at the 7-minute mark. It was time to start watching football. I was about to pay to sit there and keep watching them get their ass whooped. It was time to go. Looked at my stepdad like, hey, you ready? He's like, I was waiting on you. Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I didn't know what was happening. We will talk about yesterday's basketball game. Let's do this. Another day, another dollar, another edition of The Drive. You were listening to The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, 96.5thefan.com, and also the Odyssey app. My name is Carrington Harrison. Excited to be here. Rob, excited to be here. Rob doesn't randomly wear KU things. Like, just out of nowhere. Usually he wears it if he's going to the game right afterward. Like, Rob wore his I graduated from KU hoodie today on purpose. Like, when Rob was getting up and getting dressed, this was done intentionally. He knows it was done intentionally to try to provoke me, to try to upset me. But you know what? I will prevail. We have so much to get into in today's show. I always feel whenever we have these kind of shows, I have to start the show with a disclaimer. It is impossible for me to give you all of my thoughts in the first 10 minutes of the show. Because then I'll look at the text line. Well, you're going to do this. I promise you, we'll get there. I got a lot of thoughts. So don't be yelling at me on the text line. Oh, well, you didn't talk about this thing. I promise you, we will. I have notes. We'll get there. I promise you. And I also promise that we will take phone calls today. A lot of phone calls today. I don't ever want these shows on these days when they're so important to be me just rambling for 4 hours or Rob telling you the dangers of the run game. So we'll have some pockets to take phone calls. We can take phone calls immediately after the open of today's show, 913-586-7965. I'm excited to be here. Rob is excited to be here. I'm not sure if everybody is excited to be here, but we're going to do this nonetheless. Before we get going, I need you guys to do me a couple of favors. Number one, I need you listening to The Drive each day at 2 o'clock right here on 96.5 The Fan. Number two, I need you to tell one friend to check out the show. And number three, and most importantly, go stop by and see our friends over at The Other Place. We got a great Monday night football game today between Los Angeles and Philadelphia. So if you want to stop in, grab yourself a bite to eat, grab yourself something to drink, watch two playoff teams play, then you know what? You should go stop by and see our friends over at The Other Place with 5 locations around town. This is where I would like to start the show today. And I promise you, we can take phone calls. I'll read your text. I got pages of notes based off what we saw yesterday, so I'm ready to go. But this is where I think it is most important to begin the show today. I am a believer that your coach has 2 main responsibilities. Number one, your coach's responsibility is to get the most out of the talent that is on his roster. We see plenty of times there is a player who maybe is one way early in the season, but through development and coaching and teaching, you can turn that player into somebody that can help you win games. The player development part of coaching. That's the X's and O's. That's the player development. That is the relationship building that goes into the coaching and teaching. And that's your responsibility. That's one half of the coin. The other half of the coin to me is the responsibility that you have on game day, whether it's Saturdays in college football, whether it's Sundays in the NFL, whether it's college basketball, baseball, whatever sport. It is your responsibility as the person who is on the sideline to do everything that you can to give the guys who are out there playing their maximum and best chance of winning this game. I say this with zero hesitation. Andy Reid failed everybody in the organization yesterday. Let's go back in time. This is a 10-10 ball game. Now, maybe you were hopeful for the Chiefs offense. I was not hopeful for the Chiefs offense. And I told you guys that all last week. I was not hopeful in the Chiefs' ability to score. Matt Nagy told you he wasn't hopeful in their ability to score, and he's the offensive coordinator. So in a 10-10 football game, you got to play time, situation, momentum, and flow of the game. The Chiefs are faced with the decision, and in my opinion, one of the easiest decisions in the world. It's 4th and 1. It is from your own 31-yard line. I promise, text line, please do not talk to me about what ESPN analytics tell you, because ESPN analytics always tells you to go for it on 4th and short. You have to factor in the way the game was going. Houston's offense was completely lifeless. They looked dazed and confused. Houston's offense was terrible, and they had a lot of Chiefs tendencies. Penalties here, mistake here, thing to keep the game close. In my opinion, the Chiefs' best chance to win yesterday's game was to try to win a 13-10 football game. We're going to keep grinding it out. We're going to keep playing field position. We're going to lean on our defense, and we're going to hope that at the end of the game, our quarterback can take us down the field one time and put us in field goal range and try to win the game. It's 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line. And if you are somebody who is on the side of, well, the Chiefs didn't do anything wrong, let me tell you that given the time in which the Chiefs went for it, that is the earliest that a team has gone for 4th down on their side of the field in 13 years. That is not something that happens every week. That is not something that happens every year in the National Football League. It is the earliest that a team has gone for 4th down on their side of the field in 13 seasons. That's before the Royals went to and won a World Series. You know how long ago that is? That's what we're talking about here. So the Chiefs make the decision on 4th and 1 to go for it. And in my opinion, I don't even really see what the reward is. It's 4th and 1 from the 31-yard line. If you get it, you get the ball on the 34. You're not at midfield. You're not on their side of the field where being aggressive puts you automatically in field goal range. You still got another 30 yards to go to get into field goal range. But the Chiefs go for it nonetheless. And well, what do you know? The weaker of their 2 units on Sunday failed them. And now you give life to an offense that had none. Carrington, well, what are you talking about? Let me give you the numbers. Did you know that before that play, Houston had 5 drives in the second half of the game? 5. On those 5 drives, the Houston Texans ran 18 plays and got 17 yards. The Texans offense was not working. The Texans offense was failing and failing miserably. Why in the world would you throw them a preserver? Why would you give the Houston Texans offense any life? If you don't get it, why would you put the ball right on the doorstep and then give them the ability to take the lead? It made absolutely no sense. It made no sense in real time. It makes even less sense today when you think about it. And after Andy preaching to us about how we're 1 or 2 plays away, you caused one of the plays. You failed. It's that simple. You failed. It's your responsibility to get the most out of the talent. You have not done that this season. It's your responsibility to put your team in a position to win. Trust your defense. Your defense was the better unit yesterday. Your defense was the healthier of the 2 units. That defense was flying around, making plays. The crowd was feeding off of the energy, and you had your opponent on the ropes. Why would you do anything to give them life? And in that moment, I am here telling you that the Chiefs season was officially over. It was done. There is no saving this season. Don't talk to me about win probability or that they're favored this week or tiebreakers. I'm tired of hearing it. This is not a playoff team, and they're not a playoff team for a bunch of reasons. But the number one reason is Andy Reid has failed them this season. And yesterday was a prime example. It's inexcusable to go for fourth down in that situation. The juice is not worth the squeeze in that situation. And when you had Houston up against the ropes and the momentum of the game had completely shifted and is in your favor, why would you do anything to jeopardize it? Play field position. Punt the football. You get a 3 and out. You get a stop. You get the ball right back. And just keep doing this tennis match, this volleyball match back and forth, and just hope that you can outlast them. But once Houston took advantage of your mistake, your failure, they now put the ball in the end zone. It put the Chiefs in a position that they are not equipped to get themselves out of right now. That's on Andy. We can talk about the drops. We can talk about the execution. We can talk about the missed field goal. I mean, a lot of things contributed to why the Chiefs lost yesterday. But the number one reason, the number one decision is their head coach put them in a terrible position. For the first time in a while, I saw Andy Reid panic. I saw him panic. He saw their season slipping away yesterday and had to step in and do something about it. No, trust your defense. It was working. Your defense got you back into the game. Why? The Houston Texans looked like they were about to die of thirst. Why would you hand them a water bottle? Let them die. It made zero sense to me. Maybe you guys can help explain it for me. 913-586-7965. I promise you we will take calls. We don't have a lot of guests today. The mayor of Kansas City is going to pop on to talk about the World Cup. Mitch Holtis is going to join us in studio. Other than that, it's just me and you talking for the rest of the day. 913-586-7965. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Watch the show on YouTube by subscribing to the 965 YouTube channel. The Drive, brought to you by DM Entry Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Entry Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5, The Fan.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
The Fed just cut interest rates again, and that means now is the time to refinance with Golden Oak Lending. Lower rates mean lower payments, and our customers are saving hundreds every month. Plus, you can make no payments until next year. And if your loan doesn't close, we'll pay for your appraisal. Call 913-890-GOLD today and start saving.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
NMLS number 114937.
This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Saturday, December 27th at Harris, Kansas City, Fortune takes center stage. Every 5 minutes from 2:40 p.m. to 10:55 p.m., we're dishing out $1,000 in free casino play, fueling the excitement all day long. But wait, there's more. At 11 o'clock, the spotlight shines on one lucky winner who will claim $25,000 in cash. Are you ready to win big? Only at Harris, Kansas City, where the luck is all yours. 21 and older to gamble, know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
The world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circus Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circus Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
It's Cody and Gold, and you guys know we've been telling you about Centric, whereas in as little as 4 months, you can find a brand new career in IT. Take it from our friend Colin.
Before Centric, I tried community college, and when that didn't work, I went to Centric. Their IT career program helped me land my first job in cybersecurity, and in just a few years, I worked my way up to a remote senior role with great pay and real work-life balance. Centric gave me the jumpstart I needed.
Colin's got the right idea. He was ready for that new career and knew Centric was his path to do it. Reach out to our guy, Russ Mondry, at Centric.com and start that new career.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Like no clue? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the gift that keeps on giving. Every time they easily slip into their shoes, they'll think of your perfect holiday gift. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. They really improve the quality of life. And Skechers slip-ins are perfect for everyone you know. Moms, dads, grandparents, kids, friends, they all love them. Just go online and look at the reviews. People rave about slip-ins. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors, from sneakers to casual shoes, even winter boots. They're fashionable, durable, and the most comfortable shoes they'll ever wear. It's the gift of comfort. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more. But hurry, because the holiday is almost here, and the perfect gift is waiting. Skechers slip-ins.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson. On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep the Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how the Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's George Karlaftis from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome to The Drive with CDOT on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
I hope Rob doesn't see this as a shot, because I promise it's not a shot, but it's a little passive-aggressive. Whenever I call for phone calls, during the commercial break, Rob will just leave the room. Rob will just leave the room. And then the phone will be ringing, and I'll be sitting here, and I'll be so confused. I'll be like, I don't know how to answer the phone anymore. Rob, where are you? I'll be like, Rob, come back. Rob will hear me say, hey, can you get the phone and just shut the door? Rob, where are you going? I know you don't got to go to the bathroom this soon. I could see if it was like 4:15. He does this every time. All right, I'm sorry. It made me laugh. He did it like the 3 people called. Rob just walked out of the room. Rob had no interest in answering you guys' phone calls. All right, so where we are starting today's show, in my opinion, is with Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid failed. I think Andy Reid failed everybody. I think he failed the team. I think he failed the organization. I think he failed you. This was a defensive battle. They said it was going to be a defensive battle. If the Chiefs were going to win that game, they were going to have to win that game 13-10. They were not winning it because of their offense yesterday. Their offense was not good. Their offense was not effective. But they could have won that game by quite simply leaning on their defense and expecting their defense to carry them. Their defense was doing that until Andy put them in a terrible situation. Houston had 5 drives to start the second half before the Chiefs went for 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line. That is the earliest that a team has gone for 4th down on their side of the field in 13 years. These were their drives. 3 plays for -4 yards, 3 plays for 2 yards, 3 plays for 0 yards, 3 plays for 0 yards, 6 plays for 19 yards. They weren't doing anything. They ran 18 plays for 17 yards. Their offense was bad. I could see if the Chiefs went for it on their 31-yard line, but why? Why? It made absolutely no sense to me. It's your job to put your team in the best position to win. I do want to get to you guys' phone calls, and I promise we'll get there in just a bit. I got so many notes and so many thoughts running through my head. I would like to get this one out early, Rob, and I like your opinion on this as well. I just want to say this so, Rob, you can cut it and we can have the audio, because I don't want to be accused of, oh, you switched up. No, I didn't. There is no scenario in which I would fire Andy Reid at the end of this season. There is no scenario in which I would fire Brett Veach at the end of this season. Now, we can talk about just about anybody else. I don't really also see a scenario in which I would fire Steve Spagnuolo. I don't think their defense is the issue, but you could talk to me about almost any player on the team. You could talk to me about just about anybody else outside of those 2 or 3 individuals. In my opinion, if you have been as good as the Chiefs have been over the last 7-8 years, you are allowed one bad year before you get canned. If you have been the top salesman for 5 years at your job and then have a slow period, to me, you should not be in danger of losing your job. Your history, what you have been able to accomplish, you get the ability to get yourself out of the problem. You get the ability to get it back. You get the ability to have a little bit of grace. You get the ability for redemption. So firing Andy Reid, having conversations about firing Andy Reid or firing Brett Veach, I'm not there. And I cannot see any scenario realistically or logically in which I will be there. If that's where you are, perfectly fine. But I am just speaking for me and at least the official stance of one half of the show. There's no scenario in which I'm willing to discuss them firing Andy Reid. He is one of the best coaches, if not still the best coach in the National Football League. And one season in which the Chiefs are going to go 9-8 or 10-7 is not a let's completely start things over. I mean, they need to redecorate for sure. They need to renovate a little bit. I'm not willing to fire the head coach. I'm not willing to fire the general manager. You are allowed an opportunity to step back. You're allowed an opportunity to miss a bowl game or miss the NCAA tournament and not be in danger of being fired. You're not firing Bill Self because they were a 7 seed that lost in the first round of the tournament last year. That's stupid. He's Bill Self. Look at what he's done. Hey, give me some time, give me another recruiting class, and we'll get back right. So Andy, Brett, they get the ability to retool and try again next season. But for the 2025 season, they're done. They're cooked. I know it, and you know it. And the signs have been there for months. The signs have been there for months. And we all denied it. And maybe we came to this conclusion at different times. I was there last week, and you guys were mad I had this opinion. That's perfectly fine. I don't know how you can't be on that side right now. This team doesn't have it. And you've known it. It's over. You guys might have had a loving relationship. And I'm sure if you go back and you look at the scrapbooks and you look through your phone and pictures, man, I'm sure it was great. You guys had some great laughs in that house. Went on some great vacations. The sex was amazing. I'm sure it was a loving relationship. That's not where you are today. It's over. It's time for you to call the divorce lawyer and move on with your life. Start a new life. That's where I am with the Chiefs for this season. They're done. You know it. It's over. Start over for next year. They need things. They need a lot of things. And not things where when they need a defensive lineman, you go get Derek Nottie. And not when you need a wide receiver, you go get Hollywood Brown. No, they need things. They got to get younger. They got to get faster. They got to get more physical. That needs to be the focus of this team in 2026. It's over. Your marriage has been on the rocks for months, and you know it. There's no more love. There's no more compassion. You guys don't sleep in the same. It's over. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's over with the Chiefs. And you've known it. You've known it for a while, and you denied it. Oh, well, they're at home. We used every excuse in the book for the last 4 weeks with this team. Oh, well, they would never lose this game in the division. Oh, they know how important this game is. Now the home thing was this. Stop it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm not here to be Debbie Downer. I'm not here to be negative. I'm here to tell you guys the truth. That's what they pay me to do, to tell you the truth. It's done. It's time to have Mel Kiper on the show. It's time to have Todd McShay on the show and start doing draft specials. That's what it's time for. They're not making the playoffs. They're not a dangerous team. No one is afraid if the Chiefs figure it out and make the postseason. There's no reason to be afraid of the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs. There has not been any reason in 2025 to be afraid of playing that team. You want to know why? Because on third down, you can convert against them. On third down, they'll commit a big penalty. They'll drop a pass on 4th and 2. They'll miss a field goal. The Chiefs will aid in their own demise. All you got to do is move out of the way and let them. And that is exactly what Houston did yesterday. Houston didn't even play well yesterday. That wasn't a great effort from Houston. Houston was bad yesterday. All they did was they let the Chiefs be the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are a below average, mediocre football team that does very few things at a high level.
Well, I will say both halves of this show feel the same about firing Reed or firing Veach. Absolutely not. Not now. Now, I will give this caveat. If Andy Reid makes 0 staff changes, he walks into 2026 in the hot seat. If he says, I got Matt Nagy, I got Spagnuolo, I got Tobe, I got Connor Embry, I got Todd Pinkston, hey, the staff I had in 2025, that's my staff for 2026, then I will start having those conversations next season. But he gets the opportunity to fix the problems in-house. Maybe it's just not Matt Nagy. Maybe it's a new wide receiver coach. Maybe it's a new running back coach. Maybe it's a new O-line. I don't know. But he gets a chance to have staff shakeup. I believe you pointed this out. He had a down year in Philly one year. You know what he did? He shook up the staff. He brought in a Steve Spagnuolo. He brought in a John Harbaugh. He made changes, and the Eagles went back to being the Eagles. He gets a chance to do that here. But if he makes no changes this offseason, which I'm having this show operate like it's the offseason already, if he is making no changes, then in September, October, November of next year, I will be open to the conversation. But not today, not now, no.
Text line 913-586-7965. We will take phone calls for the rest of this segment. So if you want to get in, now's the time to do so. 913-586-7965. D called into the show today. D, how you doing, man? You're first up. Hey, D, you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man, I think that the writing's on the wall, man. I think it's been 2 years, and I think Andy and Pat that reached their climax. I think, you know what I mean? Like, Pat can't get any better with Andy. I understand fire Andy, but something has to give. Like, ever since they got rid of the enemy, Pat haven't been looking the same. Can't keep blaming the defense. Can't keep blaming the O-line. Pat be making bad decisions. He be doing a lot of, like, he hasn't progressed. All the other quarterbacks have caught up to him, like Josh Allen, Lamar. I think it's guys on his level now, and Andy isn't I don't know how to say it, but Andy is, they're at their climax. I don't know what that means.
I got you, D. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the phone call. 913-586-7965. I don't feel that way about Andy. I don't feel that way about Patrick. I don't feel that way about their offense in general. What I think happened is I think the league changed, and the Chiefs, because they had been so successful, were the last ones to notice it. A point that I have been making on this show now for 2 years, and it has been pushed back on from the text line for that same amount of time. The league is not about big plays down the field over the top the way that the Chiefs were in 2018 and 2019. You have to run the football effectively, and everybody around the Chiefs has been investing in their run game and building up the assets to be able to run the football effectively. The Chiefs have not done any of that over the last couple of years, and it shows. I also think that the Chiefs have a group of zone beaters, and they don't have anybody that can beat press man coverage. And I think that was very, very obvious in the Philadelphia game. You guys remember, I was saying this after the Chiefs lost, when everybody was putting that loss on the offensive line. Rob, you were here. I kept saying, man, Philadelphia did more than just beat up your offensive line. I really think that Philadelphia showed you, man, when you hit the Chiefs receivers in the mouth, when you hit Travis Kelce in the mouth, the Chiefs they're not fans of it. And I think you have seen teams, especially defensively, that can do something about it. When they get firm and physical with the Chiefs don't like it. They got a lot of 5'11", 170 real fast speed guys. And that's great to have one of them. That's all they got. That's all they have in their offense. And I think when you saw them go up against a very physical defense that can just pressure four, Houston did not blitz a lot yesterday, and you can get physical with their receivers and no one can get open. You see what it causes for the rest of their offense. So I can already tell you what some of the shows are going to sound like. Invest in the run game. You don't got to overcorrect and now trade up to go get Jeremiah Love, but they have let the run game fall by the wayside for the last couple of years. Take a little bit of resources and spend some money in the run game and spend some money on getting the mentality to run the football. And they need a man beater. They need a guy who on 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 7 can get open. And they don't have that. Rashee Rice is not that. That is not what Xavier Worthy is. That's not what Juju is. It's not what Hollywood is. You don't have a guy that can go out there against Kwame Lassiter, against a Derek Stingley on one-on-one coverage and beat him and get open. You don't have that guy right now on the team. So find him. Either find that guy in free agency or find him in the draft. Develop him. But you need that guy because the crossing patterns and the timing and the zones and good defenses like that have told you that doesn't work against us anymore. It doesn't work against Philadelphia. It doesn't work against Denver. It didn't work against Houston. Those teams know how to stop Kansas City's offense. So you got to adjust. And I think the rest of the league saw that and has been making the necessary adjustments. I've been saying this. Every team that you think can win the Super Bowl can run the football effectively. They are a physical team. That's not how you would describe the Chiefs' offense. So I don't think you can win that way in 2025. Everything goes in a cycle, but that Legion of Zoom, that does not exist right now in the NFL. That's not what New England is. That's not what the Rams are. That's not what any of these teams are. So that's what I think needs to change. Let's go back to the phone lines. Jim is in Houston. You called up. Hey, Jim, how you doing, man?
Great, C-Dot. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem,
I love you and Rob and The Drive. I listen every day on the Odyssey app, and you're spot on with all of this. I tell you, I like you. I like movies, and from Animal House, the verbiage should be Nagy gone, Tobe gone. I mean, keep Reed. I agree with what Rob just said about let him make some changes. But even though Mahomes in his press conference, I can sum this all up pretty quick. Even in his press conference, he said, we've had success running that play on 4th and 1. We've had it. Well, it's too high risk. Just like it's too high risk to throw for a 2-point conversion when you absolutely have to have it. And when we're finally mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, let's start Minshew, protect Holmes from a very suspect offensive line. And if we go 6-11, I'm fine with it. We get a better draft choice spot. And I consider this, this is going to go down in history, in my estimation. I'm going to call it 2025, the lost season. And I appreciate your time so much.
No problem, Jim. I appreciate the phone call, man. I'm 100% with you. This is a lost year. This is a lost season. If you have a quarterback in the prime of his career, the way that the Chiefs do, and you miss the playoffs the way that they are going to miss the playoffs, it is impossible to not look at it as a lost season. We were having conversations about Super Bowl or bust. I never once entertained the possibility that they could just outright miss the playoffs. They could miss the playoffs outright. No January. No nothing. We've kind of laughed about how that final game of the season doesn't mean anything. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's not going to mean anything when it's Gardner Minshew going up against the Raiders' backup quarterback. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a Sunday at noon. Nobody cares. Nobody is paying attention. No playoff, nothing is what we're looking at for that final game of the season. Let's go back to the phone lines, 913-586-7965. We're going to take phone calls the rest of the segment. Kyle called into the show. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man.
My girlfriend and I, we go to the games, and then every time we get done from the game, we go home and we watch it on TV. If you watch these games, Patrick Mahomes is doing everything he can to get this team to move forward. He just doesn't have a supporting cast. He doesn't have a receiver that can break free. Other than Thornton, who, dropped a 50-50 ball, but there's nothing you can do about that. That's a tough catch, and he doesn't get enough chances. Other than that, you have no receivers that can do anything. You have running backs that aren't hitting holes, that aren't making moves, it's just the guy's just by himself, and unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But even Tom Brady said in an interview the other day, he says, until you carry a city on your back, you don't know the stress and the fatigue that he goes through doing that. I think props to Patrick Mahomes. We got to do better at getting him people that can help him.
Hey, Kyle, really quickly, Kyle, before you get off the phone, if your girlfriend sat outside in the cold to watch that Chiefs game and then went home and watched it with you, please propose to her before Christmas.
We do it every year, every game.
No, I'm saying,
Kyle,
Kyle, get off the phone right now, call Hellsberg, and propose to that woman. If you got a girl that went outside in the cold with you and watched that game yesterday and then came home and watched Chris Collinsworth's commentary on NBC, I'm telling you right now, you need to jump the broom. You will never do better than that person you were with. They was giving tickets away to yesterday, Rob. Rob, it was a $20 get-in. I was just on StubHub. I just was curious. I wasn't going out there. I was curious. With a $20 get-in, it was $60. This week, they might be giving you free tickets if you just fill up at Hy-Vee. That's how bad it's about to look. Those tickets about to be on Groupon. Rob, what would you need to go to the Chiefs game on Sunday?
I mean, I would have to be in the Odyssey
I better be
suite.
Sitting next to Taylor Swift.
I was gonna say,
I better be next to Taylor.
I better have
me, her, and Selena Gomez better be at the game on Sunday if you think I'm going out there.
Me and Leo can chit-chat about his favorite acting roles. Also, the game will be on in the background. And even then, I need free parking.
Yeah, come on now. I'm telling you.
I need to come in
giving them tickets away.
I need to come in the tunnel that all the celebrities come in. I'm not walking out in the cold.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're going to be giving them tickets away.
And I need some way to get out of the game without any traffic. I don't want to get caught up among the riffraff after a Chiefs loss. I need a way to exit quickly.
Text line 913-586-7965. C-Dot, you don't think the Chiefs can win out and the Chargers only win one more game? Same with the Colts. That's how the Chiefs get in. Please stop talking about the Chiefs in the playoffs. I'm serious. I mean that as nicely and as respectfully as I can. Please stop talking to me about this team in the postseason. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Stop talking to me about they're under 500. They're under 500. Stop. Stop doing this to yourself. At this point, I don't know why you're doing it to yourself. The Chiefs are going to lose to either the Chargers or the Broncos. I don't know which one they're going to lose. I don't know how you can watch them and think that they're going to beat both of those teams. They're done. Stop doing this to yourself.
I don't want to. I apologize for interrupting.
You're good.
Why, as a fan, do you want this team in the playoffs? Does losing as the 2 seed on January 23rd give you the warm and fuzzies? They're not going to the Super Bowl. So who cares if they make the playoffs or not? It's not like Kansas City hangs banner playoff appearance. It's not like underneath in the bowels of Arrowhead they have the Super Bowl, AFC West, AFC Champions, wild card appearance banner. That's not what they do. Who cares if they make it?
Someone on the text line says C-Dot, but haven't teams made the playoffs at 8-9? All right, let's move on. The text line, you know what? I'm done reading text. I'm done reading text for the rest of this segment. I'd rather talk to the callers. Delaney, thanks for calling.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Great points all around. Somebody said, I think it was D, talked about writing on the wall. One of those things is, this kind of goes back to when we went on the road, guys. I mean, we went on the road, had one of the best playoff runs probably in Chiefs history, and the whole spiel was, well, why, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I mean, that should have been a sign to putting that into the 1-point streak the very next season after that, and then here we are. We're doing this. We're playing the same game past 2 years, just different results. Eventually, people are going to catch up to you. Kind of leads me to my next point. Spags is getting a little predictable. It kind of goes back to the Broncos game where they're beating us on our blitzes. Kind of seems like everybody else has been doing that as well. CJ Stroud made a few good plays, but still, we had a great showing last night. It's been a while since that's happened. Humility is good for us. We got to reset. I got a question for you guys.
Yeah, of course.
When it comes to like a scouting situation, I'm not saying I don't like Karlaftis. I'm not saying I don't like Gelati, but at some point, when are we going to get a Clydesdale back there that can just get upfield? Nobody can be in his way and get a stop on 3rd down without having to send 7 guys. I mean, I think they went through the review. We had 5 guys, 7 guys, 7. We're playing in gauge 8 every play, and CJ either made a play or he got sacked, which is great. It's not sustainable. Hope you guys had fun at the border war at MIT.
I didn't have fun, Delaney.
I had a great time. Thank you for bringing that up, Delaney.
I didn't have fun.
I had an incredible Sunday.
I mean, the MIZ part was good. It was not that enjoyable, actually, for me. It was I mean, it was fun for like the first 17 minutes of the game. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. It was not good. Pass rush is going to be very high up on my list of things that I think the Chiefs need this offseason. No question about that. They definitely need more pass rush. I'm 100% with you. I don't have it in me to blame the defense for what went wrong yesterday because I think they win that game if they had put all of their trust in the defense. I think they win that game yesterday. I firmly believe, and we will never be able to know, I think if the Chiefs punt the ball on that 4th and 1 and keep playing a field position game, I think the Chiefs win that game. I think they win. I think that decision right there and the momentum that Houston's defense got from the stop, I think that changed the entire balance of the game. It reminds me of a quote that Lou Holtz had. And I know it wasn't a trick play, but follow me. And he was talking about how one year they got smoked by Miami when he was the head coach at Notre Dame. And then they played him the next year. And when Miami went for a fake punt, he said, guys, trick plays are an indication that they don't think they can beat you straight up. And in that opinion, to me, when the Chiefs felt like they had to go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line, it was an admission. We think that Houston's better than us, in my opinion. Trust the defense. Lean on the defense. It had gotten you there. It got you back in the football game. That decision made absolutely no sense. We'll continue to take your phone calls, 913-586-7965. I will talk about my experience at the border war yesterday. Keep it right here, so drive.
This is Wyatt Thompson from K-State, and you're listening to The Drive with CDOT right here on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Hey, Missouri, if you haven't heard by now, good news. FanDuel Sportsbook is live in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that's tough to beat. Right now, new customers in Missouri can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or more, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So download FanDuel today and head to FanDuel.com/Missouri and join the excitement. Remember, new Missouri customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. Because Missouri, it's time to play your game of FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
The Chiefs have been scoring a ton of points lately, and that means I'm saving a ton of money at Hy-Vee. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs because I score big fuel savings when I shop Hy-Vee the day after any Chiefs game. Win or lose, I'll earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents a gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. So the more we score, the more I save, only for my friends at Hy-Vee.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we.
With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wonder Shop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wonder Shop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wonder Shop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This afternoon, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 40.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
Subscribe to 96.5 The Fan on YouTube to watch the show from wherever you are.
I don't want you guys to think that we're ducking the Missouri smoke today. I think you understand with the Chiefs loss yesterday, the possible end of a dynasty, we maybe won't give the border war today all of the talking that it needs. But I promise you, we'll talk about it. I do have one thought that I would like to share with you guys. As someone who has now been to the last 4 games that these two schools have played against one another, they don't need to play a game in Kansas City. I am all for this rivalry continuing. I want this rivalry to continue. It's fun when these two teams play each other. They don't need to play at the T-Mobile Center. If they want to continue doing the home and road, where one year it's in Columbia, one year it's in Lawrence, Kansas, great. Those two teams do not need to play in Kansas City. It doesn't work. At least it did not work yesterday. Now, I think there are reasons why it didn't work yesterday. Number one, I think they priced the tickets too high. I think they priced out a lot of people yesterday. And around Christmas time with the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, I don't think you're getting off $100 uppers and $200 lowers. I don't think you're getting that off and not selling out the building. So I think that's part of it. As important as Kansas City is in telling the story of the rivalry between those two, I don't think it's a rivalry that fits a neutral site. The rivalry works when Missouri has to sit in Allen Fieldhouse and has to watch the video and the students are there and they're the backdrop of the story. I think it works in Mizzou Arena because there is no team that Missouri fans want to beat more than they want to beat Kansas. I don't think it works at T-Mobile Center. I really don't. And again, I've been to the last 4 of these games. So I've seen this game with the neutral site. I've seen it at Mizzou Arena. I've seen it at Allen Fieldhouse. I've seen all the different versions. I was at the hurricane relief game. I've seen it. I don't think it works there. I think it only works on campus if they're going to continue doing this. Now, they probably won't just because money usually wins in those scenarios, but I don't really have much interest if they're going to continue to play games at Sprint Center, not the way that it was yesterday. And I say this as a fan of the team. Yesterday felt like a quarterfinal of a Big 12 game. That's what it felt like. If you've been to the Big 12 tournament and KU played, that's what it felt like. It did not feel like a rivalry game between two rivals. It does when they're in the building. That's not what it felt like yesterday. We'll get back to the phone lines, but Rob, you were there. What'd you think?
I mean, me and you see it and feel the same. Like, I don't understand why either school would agree to the system as it currently works at T-Mobile Center. It technically was a KU home game. It wasn't a KU home game. I mean, games at Allen are just light years better than that. It wasn't a true neutral site game. We were talking last week. We were hoping to have like a bragging rights type of vibe. It wasn't that. Your assessment of it being a Big 12 tournament game was perfect. There was a lack of energy, a lack of buzz, a lack of juice in the building. I think it was the price. I think it was the way it worked. I think it being noon on a Sunday. I think all the factors at play stole what should have been a really cool moment. But in reality, it had a stale atmosphere. Like, they played the video because it was a KU home game. The video doesn't hit at T-Mobile Center. It doesn't. They played the hum. As a KU fan, the hum is awesome. It's not awesome at T-Mobile Center. There were huge patches of empty seats across T-Mobile Center. It didn't have any feeling or aura, as the kids say. It just, get it back in Lawrence, get it back in Columbia. I don't understand why either school ever agreed to this nonsensical farce.
Yeah, so someone asked the question, hey, CDOT, why was there a Jayhawk at center court if it's supposed to be a neutral site? This is where I think they just did a poor job of the messaging. So this year, the game counted as a KU home game. Missouri didn't have its cheerleaders there. Missouri didn't have its band there. Missouri didn't have a student section. It was a KU home game, but it wasn't at Kansas's building. And then next year, it's going to be flipped. So next year, there's going to be a Tiger at the center court, and then Missouri will bring all of those things. Just play the game in their respective locations. Like someone says, CDOT, you wouldn't be talking about this if Missouri had won. I'm telling you right now, just scrap the idea. And I rather would have gone to Allen Fieldhouse yesterday if that was going to be the experience in there. It was a KU home game without any of the cool things about KU home games. Just go to Allen. It ain't that far. I would have made the drive. I mean, it ain't like I ain't been there before. I've been there for the last 2 ass whoopings Missouri's gotten in that building. I would have made the drive out there. I mean, if Missouri was going to be blown out in a KU home game, I'd rather do it in the field house than have them do it at Sprint Center. I just don't think that was the right decision. Let's go back to the phone lines, 913-586-7965. Coming up at the top of the hour, I got beef with you guys. We'll discuss it here in a bit. Cameron, man, you've been waiting on hold, man. I apologize. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Just off season. All we're thinking about is off season. We've been thinking about it for the last 4 weeks, to be honest, because we could just see how the wheels was coming off the bus on down the line. What do you think about? You think? I know Spags might actually get a head coaching job now. It just seems like he can now interview because we're not, deep into the postseason. I think somebody might give him a shot this year. I think that was why the defense performance was so great. If he does go, I hate to say it, but I hope he takes Nick Bowden with him. I love Nick Bowden. I think he's a great player. I just think with our salary cap issues next year, we're like $40 million over the cap. I know they're going to cut Jawan Taylor and a couple other players and stuff like that, but Brett Veach has got to hit on the draft this year. And I'm going to say something and that I think that will help us down the line. I'm always thinking in the future down the line, but a wide receiver, I know he's a freak of nature and he's not really unproven, that I would like to see us draft, and that's Nick Harbor from South Carolina. I think he's Megatron 2.0. And I just like Calvin Johnson when he played for Georgia Tech. It was a running offense. It wasn't even when you got that type of talent, you got a good wide receivers coach. You can have a generational player there for us there in the future. That's my comment. I just think Brett Veach, you really got to hit on the draft this year, man. Like, we really need you to come through. Not like that pick from Tennessee. It can't be no wasted picks this draft. That's just my comment.
I'm with you, Cameron. I appreciate the phone call, man. I appreciate you waiting. I understand the emphasis on the draft, and I don't want you guys to think that I don't think the draft is important, because obviously it is. I think when we talk so much about the draft, we are also giving the Chiefs a pass that they get an F in free agency. They got an F in free agency. Their free agent class was bad. They took 2 big swings. One is a backup offensive lineman. The other one is a corner who doesn't play. They took 2 swings. Everything else, I won't even know if you can call it singles. At running back, they brought in Elijah Mitchell. We've never seen him before. So, yes, the draft is super important, no question. They also need to hit in free agency. They need to find Tyrann Mathieu in free agency. They need to find Justin Reed in free agency. They need to find a guy that is an instant plug-and-play starter, day one, can help you. A guy who's still got 2 or 3 years left of good football left in him. That's what they need to find. And I don't mean like at that position, but I just mean like that's what they need. Day one of free agency, they always take a swing. They always sign somebody the first day of free agency. Well, when you did this time, you signed Jalen Moore. He doesn't start for you. You then signed Christian Fulton. He doesn't play. Those were super important resources that they needed to turn their roster around. I don't want to make it seem like I think the Chiefs are some super far off kind of team. I mean, they're going to win maybe 10 games this year. I mean, they're a 10-7 team, and they will be a very popular who missed the playoffs is going to make it the next year. They will be the most popular pick on the board that way. But the roster has grown a little stale, and they do need to turn the roster over a little bit. And it is not just the draft. They need to turn it over because of free agency as well. Coming up on the other side, we'll continue to take your phone calls, 913-586-7965. And you guys lied to me, and we'll talk about what it was. Keep it right here, it's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison, a show that prides itself on getting it right.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5, The Fan.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a lot more. And I completely agree. That's why I'll pay more for your car at GiveMeTheVin.com. That's the name of our new campaign. I'm worth more. You are worth more, and your car's worth more. And that's why I will pay more. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100 at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Busey, banking is about more than numbers. It's about relationships. For over 150 years, we've been helping individuals, families, and businesses reach their goals with personalized service and local decision-making. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next big move, we're here with the tools and support to help you move forward with confidence. Busey Bank, your partner for life's moments, both big and small. Member FDIC.
Ben, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts at treating ED. And as a Prometic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Hey, shh.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
What's up, KC? It's Isaiah Pacheco. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Kling on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
We're going to get to phone calls here coming up in just a bit, but I want to go back in time for just a bit. And this is what I want to go back in time for. I don't think that me and the text line ever have very serious arguments, but sometimes me and the text line are on different sides. I would say the biggest disagreement that I have had with the text line so far this season have been related to Rashee Rice. The first one is what his standing is in the National Football League. Now, the text line just a few weeks ago was adamant that Rashee Rice was a top 10 receiver in the league. We could go back in time and I could find the segment for you guys because we cut it. The text line was arguing that Rashee Rice was a top 5 guy, better than Amon-Ra St. Brown, that the only receivers better than him were Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. That's the way we were talking about Rashee Rice when he was coming back from injury. So that's number one. Number two, the text line was adamant at the end of the season. Oh, let's pay him. Let's pay him. Let's pay him. And I was saying, whoa, hold on, let's wait a little bit. Why can't we just get more information? Why can't we just see how things go? Oh, no, you can't do this. The price only goes up. The same argument we make all the time. Like, wait, hold on. We haven't. He's never made a Pro Bowl, never been an All-Pro, only has one healthy season. Why? Why is there a reason to run to pay Rashee Rice? The text line was ready to give Rashee Rice a deal. I mean, they would have gave Rashee Rice a deal while he was hurt. If you could have done it, the text line would have given Rashee Rice a top 10 contract 2 months ago. And I was sitting there saying, no, wait. I'm adding a new rule. I got the ability to do that. I know who runs this place. I'm adding a new rule. I only block people for 2 reasons: racist or homophobic. I got to add another one this offseason. If you tell me that they should pay Rashee Rice, that's block worthy. Please stop talking to me about that man and why they should pay him and why he's a top 10 receiver. I'm telling you, you are a liar. I don't think it's right to be around liars. I don't think it's good for me or my mental health or Rob and our mental health to be around people who are dishonest. You lied to me, is what you did. Because I saw that guy yesterday when they needed him, when they needed plays, and his hands were shaky. He looked like he was that shady lady. That's how much his hands was shaking. Hey, just terrible. That's the amount of shaking. It was bad. That's what it was. It was bad yesterday. I'm not paying Rashee Rice anything this offseason. I don't even want to entertain the possibility of paying Rashee Rice this offseason. No, play out your rookie deal is what I would encourage him to do. Play out your rookie deal. Well, what if it goes up? Okay, great. If Rashee Rice goes out there and has 100 catches for 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns the next season, and it costs you a little bit more, great. That's what I want to do. I want to see guys go out and ball out and have big-time seasons, and then you pay them. But why? No, I'm serious. I'm adding a new rule. If you tell me this offseason why they need to pay Rashee Rice, it is now going to be deemed a block worthy because you're a liar. You told me he was a top 10 receiver. Stop it. He might not even be a top 5 receiver in their division. Stop it. And pay him. No, I'm not paying him anything. Play out your rookie contract. And if it goes according to plan, we'll franchise tag you, and then we can talk about it. But there's no world in which I'm giving Rashee Rice a top 10 contract at the end of the season. And if I'm him, I know it's, no, he's not agreeing to some hometown discount kind of deal. Play out your rookie contract. To be honest with you guys, I would be more likely to trade Rashee Rice than I would pay him this offseason, if those are my options. If you were telling me there are only two options, it's trade Rashee Rice or pay him, I'd rather trade him. We are at the end of year 3 with Rashee Rice. This is the end of year 3. This is when you got to make a decision. I would make a decision. Year 1 was fine. It was a good rookie year. Year 2, you got injured. Year 3, your year started late because of an offseason decision. No. There's no contract in your future with us, at least not in the short term. Go ball out this season, and we're happy to have that conversation. So that's my official stance on Rashee Rice. Rob, I want to give you a chance, and we'll get back to the phone lines. You guys think I'm joking? I'm serious. That has reached a block-worthy opinion to me.
I thought that the idea of paying him was crazy before. I thought the idea of him being a top 10 wide receiver was crazy before. But he's shown now he's not those things. That doesn't mean he's not valuable. That doesn't mean he's not, help worthy. That doesn't mean we have to cut him immediately. Can you believe he's still on the roster? None of that. I'm not saying, we have to find a way to get him out of Kansas City. None of those things. But you can't talk about him like he's Amon-Ra St. Brown. You can't talk about him like he's Jamar Chase. We did this exact
Let me ask you
segment.
this question. Is he a 1?
No.
Okay.
The Chiefs don't have a 1.
Is he a 1?
No.
Because I don't think Rashee Rice is a 1. I think Rashee Rice is a good wide receiver. I really do. I think he's a good wide receiver. And the point that I was making back when we were arguing about this is I think we are underestimating how many good receivers there are in the National Football League. So when I was saying, I think he's like 25 to 30, the text line heard that like I was trying to disrespect the man. I'm not. I just think you're just underestimating how many good receivers. People are arguing that he was better than Devontae Smith. Stop it. No, he's not. He is fine. He is a really solid number 2 option as a wide receiver. That's what he is. He's a good number 2, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But the way that we were talking about Rashee Rice when he was hurt is not who he actually is as a player. We talked about Rashee Rice like he was going to fly in and save their offense. Like, that was the only thing wrong with their offense. Oh, man, when he gets back, he's back. What? I don't know what to do now. What do we do with this information? Well, they went to him. 4th down. We need you to make a play. And he dropped it. Let's go to the...
this real quick.
Go ahead.
Rashee Rice looks like a player who hasn't played football in a year. And there's nothing wrong with the fact he was injured and suspended. It happened is what it is. But he looks like a guy who hasn't played football in 12 months. And the fact that people thought that he was going to walk in and be some sort of white knight and change the offense, it's incorrect. He's a good football player. He's not a great football player. This show, one of the staples of this show is a Hall of Fame argument. He's in the Hall of Good. He's not in the Hall of Great. That's who Rashee Rice is.
Someone on the text line says, C-Dot, would you give him T. Higgins' contract? No, is what I'm telling you. The answer is no. I'm not giving him. T. Higgins got 4 years, $115 million. No. Play on your rookie deal is what I would encourage you to do. And if you want to hold out, fine. It ain't like the Chiefs don't have any experience playing without Rashee Rice. At this point, he's missed more games than he's played in. So, yeah, if you want to hold out for a new deal, fine. That's okay. We will move on in St. Joe without you. There is no scenario in which I would pay Rashee Rice this offseason. There are going to be some things that are very hard for me on the no list. No. I'm not firing Andy Reid. I'm not firing Brett Veach. I'm not paying Rashee Rice. I'm starting to make a list of all the things that I wouldn't do this offseason. Let's go to the phone line. Chance has been waiting. Hey, Chance, man. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good, man. Take your time, man.
Yeah, hey, I just want to add real quick. I made it a New Year's resolution to stop drinking this year, and the Chiefs are making that really hard. But, just to add on the Brett Veach not being fired deal, I think still John Dorsey's 3 players in Jones, Kelsey, and Mahomes are still the ones carrying this team. You could also add this to the Rashee Rice conversation. I think that's probably Brett Veach's best offensive skill set position that he's ever drafted, and look what he's doing. I think Worthy is well on his way to being a middling draft pick, maybe even potentially a full-on bust. He's going into year 3. He doesn't even have 1,200 total yards. They just, 3 years ago it was the offensive line. They tried to rebuild that. Then it was the wide receivers, no weapons. Now it's injuries. The free agency, like you said, is a major downfall. What's the best thing he did last year? Trade for DeAndre Hopkins?
And I would argue that trade wasn't a great trade.
Yeah, I would agree there. And I think that Creed Humphrey's going into year 5. He's still snapping the ball into the dirt. I think Trey Smith he's having back problems, knee problems. They gave both of them big money. I think their offensive line has been a whiff for 4 years. If you look at whenever they had the doctor from Canada, Austin Ryder, Mitch Schwartz, they were just a much better offensive line, and they were making fractions, of the money that this offensive line is.
I'm with you, Chance. I appreciate the phone call, man. Text line 913-586-7965. I want to read this to you guys. Someone on the text line says, CDOT, it's essentially been one bad game for Rice this season. Why is he on your hot seat? Am I talking to myself? No, he's not. I just wouldn't pay him. I don't think they should trade him. I wouldn't get rid of him. Rashee Rice is fine where he is. He's fine. But we weren't telling the truth about Rashee Rice and who he is. I would also argue in the 2 most important games that the Chiefs have had this season against good defenses, Rashee Rice gave you nothing. Broncos defense, pretty good, right? In the Broncos game, Rashee Rice had 6 catches for 38 yards. Against the Texans, pretty good defense, right? Rashee Rice, 4 catches for 34 yards. So, yeah, he played well against the Cowboys. Great. He's fantastic against the Cowboys. He was really good against the Colts defense. Yeah, fine, sure. The 2 games against top-flight elite defenses that got corners and physical and all the little razzle-dazzle, end around, throw it to them in the backfield, screen stuff that they do is fine. But against those kind of teams that are going to play press man coverage and get up in your face and get physical, Rashee Rice he's fine. He's a fine wide receiver. But we were talking about him like he was a top 10, undeniable, how could you let this guy go, game-changing, impact kind of player. I'm not seeing that from him. Not enough to where I'm willing to make a long-term commitment to the player financially or the personality at this standpoint. We already saw what happened in the offseason. He's already had an injury. You got questionable hands, questionable route running. I got way too many questions with Rashee Rice than answers to commit the amount of money that you're talking about to pay a caliber of his player. Because you ain't getting him for the cheap. That's not the way it works. You're not getting Rashee Rice for the cheap. He's going to cost you something. So go out there, stay healthy, ball out, put together a great year, and we're happy to have that conversation at the end of it. But Rashee Rice has not had a great year as a wide receiver, so I'm not willing to pay him yet like he is a great wide receiver. We'll keep this conversation going. We got clear phone lines, so if you've been waiting to get on, we'll take your phone calls coming up, 913-586-7965. We'll get back to my biggest point, which is I still can't believe the Chiefs went for it on that 4th down. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with CDOT. Tune in as Nate Taylor of ESPN joins the show in studio every Friday at 4 on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. The Drive, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Right now, I'm looking for sure things. Right now, we've been talking about a lot of things that are uncertain. You know, one thing that's never let me down, that's that classic Gates barbecue taste. And with 5 locations around town, you are never too far away from some of the best barbecue in the world. And as we get closer to the holidays and you're starting to meal prep, I want you to consider Gates a part of your holiday meal. So next time you're at the grocery store, grab some of their sauce, grab some of their seasoning. It comes in multiple flavors, extra hot, original, sweet and mild, and you can also get some of that Gates salad seasoning. And remember, please season your eggs. I already learned some of you don't season your eggs, and a lot of things started to make sense in my life. I season my eggs, and I'm encouraging you also to do the same. So pick up some of that classic seasoning. Next time you're out there, I know you're going to the game on Sunday. They're going to be giving tickets away. When you go into the tailgate, make sure you got a little chicken wing pack. Stop by any of the Gates locations. Go get yourself a party tray. Walk to the tailgate. You'll be the big man on campus if you do this. I'm looking out for you. I'm telling you about some of the best barbecue in the world. It's with our friends over at Gates Barbecue.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford, Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Great time of the year.
It is that time of year, Toby. It's the year-end sales event. Ford always puts their best foot forward, and Lewisburg Ford is always $50 over invoice. We've got the 000 promotion going on right now, Toby. That means we've got 0% financing for 66 months with 0 down payment and no payment for 90 days on 25 F-150s, 25 Explorers, 25 Escapes, 25 Mach-E, 25 Lightning, and 25 Transit. It covers about the whole gamut for everything we've got out there, Toby. And you got 0 down payment and you got no payments for 90 days. So we've got huge incentives.
That is huge. What else?
Right now you can get up to $9,000 off a brand new F-150 and get 0% for 66 months.
Anything on SUVs?
Yeah, you've got up to $10,000 off on a 25 Escape right now, Toby.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's with our $50 over invoice and the 000 promotion. It's a great time.
Lewisburg Ford, what is your phone number?
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
The NFL season is rolling along, and you're starting to get a better feel on who's a contender and who's a pretender, and you can make all your predictions over at FanDuel. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who you think is going to win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. And tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers 30% profit boost token. That's right. You can get in on the action for 30% profit boost on this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for every snap. So whether you want to bet who's going to win the game, who's going to score a touchdown, or who's going to score the first touchdown, you can do all that with our friends over at FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match 2 for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Thanks for calling the Holiday Gift Line from the Missouri Lottery. If you still have presents to buy, don't panic. Missouri Lottery Holiday Scratchers and Draw Games are perfect for everyone on your list 18 and over. And you don't even need a gift receipt. Happy holiday gifting from the Missouri Lottery. Play responsibly.
Right now, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get 500 points for logging into their Lowe's app for the first time. Download the app and take advantage of all your Pro benefits today. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login Pro organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Pick up Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free, plus receive 2 times O Rewards points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This one brought to you by Peters Clothiers. Shawnee, that's a two-car crash, 35 northbound, just past Antioch. Move to the right, it is the left lane blocked, and I'm starting to see some delay. Men, you gotta look great for holiday events, so let Peters give you the perfect fit you're looking for, from sportswear to suits and sports coats in sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com, or stop in today, 124th and State Line. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to the Drive with CDOT on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. The mayor of Kansas City is going to call up in about 10 minutes. We're going to talk about the World Cup. We'll get his thoughts on the Chiefs. Mitch Holtis is going to be on the show at 4 o'clock. We'll keep taking your phone calls. We'll take your phone calls up until the mayor joining us on the show. Rob, I understand that this could potentially be putting you in a tough spot, so I get that. What do you think the argument is in going for it on 4th and 1 from the 31-yard line? Like, if you had to defend it, what would your argument be and why you would go for it in that situation? Because I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm thinking, no, don't do this. And I understand your inclination is let's go for it. I'm not even as mad about the play call. I know a lot of people are mad about it. Empty back, shotgun, not giving it to Kareem Hunt. I mean, we can argue about that. It was such an unnecessary risk, in my opinion, with where you were on the field. And to me, the juice just wasn't worth the squeeze. Even if you get the first down there, even if you get it, you get the ball where? At the 34-yard line now? I mean, you still got to get going. You still got to keep moving in that scenario. I don't really understand the why you would do it. I don't understand why you would go for it there. There's still so much time left in the game. The Chiefs did this at the 10:22 mark, not the 4:22 mark where you're thinking, all right, time's running out. It's a tie ball game. It's a tie ball game. And in my opinion, that effectively it ended the game. The Chiefs offense did nothing after this. The Chiefs had the ball 2 more times after this. They went 4 plays for 6 yards, so they had back-to-back 3-and-outs, which are basically turnovers, to go with their 3 actual turnovers. And then they had another interception at the end. I mean, the Chiefs essentially turned the ball over on their last 3 drives if you go 2 fourth-down stops and then the final interception of the game. I don't understand the why you would go for it in this scenario, and that's what I keep trying to figure out. I know it's easy to Monday morning quarterback this thing. If the Chiefs had gone for it at midfield, you could maybe convince me of it. I would still say maybe you try to pin them deep and play a field position game, but you could sell me if they were at midfield. 4th and 1 on your 31-yard line? Since when did Andy Reid turn into Dan Campbell? Since when did Andy Reid turn into a 9-year-old Madden player? When did that happen?
Listen, I'm as pro go for it as anyone there is. I might be more team go for it than you or the text line. I'm not full on Dan Campbell, but I'm closer to that than, not. Even I was like, what are you doing? Why would you do this? We have had this conversation a bunch, and Mitch Holtis, who's been on the show in about half an hour, you and him see it a little different than me. I'm a pure numbers guy. You guys are more play it by feel. If you're a play it by feel person, what was the feel? Your defense had not allowed positive yardage in the third quarter. Like, it had absolutely stifled the Texans. Chris Jones looked like the most dominant defensive player we've seen since Aaron Donald in the third quarter, and you decided, hey, you know what? It's time to shine. And me and you see it differently. I think part of the problem is the play call. I saw Trey Wingo tweet this out. Is Trey Wingo friend of the show, by the way?
Yeah, for sure.
Trey Wingo, friend of the show, tweet this out. Statistically, a 4th or 3rd and short run to Kareem Hunt is just as successful statistically as a tush push. So armed with that knowledge, which I assume if I have it because Trey Wingo has it, I assume the analytics department over at One Arrowhead Drive also has it. It's their job to communicate that to Andy Reid, and he decided we're going to go empty backfield, motion Hollywood Brown into the backfield, and try to throw it to Rashee Rice on 4th and 2 with a backup right tackle and a super backup left tackle. The decision was bad, and the play call made the decision worse. It went from a 0 to a negative so fast.
Do you remember when Sean Payton called the Chiefs a second half or a first half football team? You remember that a couple weeks ago?
100%.
He said that. The Chiefs in the fourth quarter, interception, fourth down stop, interception, end of game, down 10. That was their fourth quarter with the season on the line. With the season on the line, the Chiefs had the ball to start the fourth quarter. Now, imagining there's a measure of confidence there. There's a measure of confidence. Patrick Mahomes noodle-armed one down the field. He noodle-armed it. I know it's 3rd and long, and it's basically like a punt, and the Chiefs did get the ball back, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But, I mean, you didn't give your receiver a chance to make a play on that one. That's how they kicked off the fourth quarter. Their defense then got you the ball back. 6 plays, 19 yards. All right, it's time to get going now. It's still a 10-10 ball game. It's 11:25 left in the fourth quarter. Hey, what you are doing is working. Houston is giving you nothing offensively. You have stifled their offense is what you have done. Houston hadn't scored since the second quarter. Houston hadn't scored a point since the 9:24 mark in the second quarter. Their offense, I thought, had stalled. I looked at my friend and I said, I think Houston's done scoring today. I said, all they need to do is hold on. I think they're done scoring today. Why would you run the risk of possibly giving them the ball right there on the doorstep? It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I can't explain how bad of a decision it is. I don't think this is Monday morning quarterbacking. I don't think this is hindsight 2020. Going forward on your side of the field from the 31-yard line when your offense had been doing nothing and their offense is doing nothing is malpractice, is what it is. It's malpractice is what it is. And then for Andy to sit there and say he would do the same thing again is even why?
Well, listen, I mean, we've been so good in that area, whether it was run or pass. And so I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. Again, I thought it was the right thing to do then. This is terrible to say in a situation like this because we didn't win and we didn't get that, but I would probably do that same thing again.
No, you shouldn't. It was the wrong decision is what it was. It was the wrong decision then. It's the wrong decision now. I mean, I'd do it again. Why? It makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense. It's impossible to justify it to me. Like, I think I can see the other side of arguments and things. Hey, you think that, I get it. We might disagree, but like, I see where you're coming from. I see the logic. You cannot explain to me why in a defensive battle, when your opponent has done nothing offensively for basically the last 21 minutes in game time, and their offense has 17 yards in the second half of the game, why you would roll the dice. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Continue to lean and trust the defense. They had gotten you back in it. I don't understand. Let's go to the phone line. Brad, how you doing today, my man?
Hey, C-Dot. I could be better. I got
hear you
three
there.
things. One, lost season. That caller called about lost season. Second, I'm trying to explain the game of football to a female who lives next to me. She doesn't watch football. I'm trying to turn her on to it. The Chiefs Kingdom. When they're going for that fourth down play at the 31-yard line, I'm literally lost for an explanation. I can't explain to her the logic or the reason for doing what they're doing. It makes no sense to the point of someone like me who's watched tens of thousands of hours worth of football over the course of their life to explain to someone new to the game why they're doing this. And then third of all, I want to say to that caller who's quitting drinking, good luck to you, one day at a time, brother. C-Dot, I'll take your phone call off the air.
Brad, absolutely, man. I appreciate it. You had a tough time explaining it because it can't be explained. It can't be explained. You cannot justify it. Maybe you guys missed this stat earlier. It is the earliest that a team has gone for fourth down on their side of the field in 13 seasons. Think about that. It's the earliest that a team had gone for fourth down on their side of the field since before the 2014 World Series. You know how long ago that was? Think about all the NFL games that we've had since then. And this is the earliest because you shouldn't in this scenario, especially given time, score, and situation. 18 plays, 17 yards in the second half. And you roll the dice of giving it to them right there. Even after that, they didn't really do anything other than the one drive, but you gave them the ball. I mean, their drive started on the 31-yard line. Yeah, your chances of scoring, if you're going to start right there, are 95%, especially when you know you got a defense that, as well as their defense play, you know that defense can't get off the field on third down, certainly not a 3rd and 3 like they had. You knew they were getting it. Just mind-blowing decision-making to me. Rob, go ahead, my man.
Yeah, C-Dot, I appreciate the call. I won't take up too much of your time. I know the mayor's coming on here in a second, but I did want to just go back. Okay, appreciate it. I did want to just go back to just like the drafting process. I know earlier you went over free agent signings, but when you really look at the big thing, it's just like, what are our last 3 first-round picks really contributing to the team? I mean, you got to go back to the Felix signing. I mean, I think we can all sit here and say he was a bust. Xavier Worthy, you're not really getting your full money's worth out of him. And Josh Simmons, I'm a Buckeye, but hey, I mean, it's been an interesting season to say the least. I think it really just goes back to our drafting process and bringing old pieces back, like Kareem Hunt, Mike Edwards, Derek Nottie, and the list goes on. And if Chris Jones actually had his say in it, we'd still be looking at, what's his name? He brought Mike Pennell back, and even Colin Saunders was talking about coming back and how close he was. So I think it just goes back to needing new pieces and a better drafting process. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. I appreciate the phone call, man. I'm with you. I made the comparison that the Chiefs are the Chiefs are the Hangover 3. It's a lot of the same cast. The jokes they're not funny anymore. You told this story before. They just need a reset. They need a refresh is what the Chiefs need. I still think the foundation of the roster is very strong. You've got a great coach, great quarterback. There's a lot of things to still like about this team. They let the running game go. They let the pass rush go a little bit. There's some things that the Chiefs need to tighten up heading into next season. Let's go to the phone lines right now to be joined by our first guest of the day. He is the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, Mayor Quentin Lucas. We'll get his thoughts on the Chiefs, also a little bit of World Cup, as now we know the teams that are heading to Arrowhead. Mayor Q, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. It was a tough game yesterday, but you know what? Personally, my life is good. My kids are healthy, so no real complaints.
So we got to start here. We've been talking about this. It's been the big talking point. You watched the game yesterday. What did you make of the Chiefs going for 4th down?
Man, I was sitting at the game, and I was like, what the hell, right? I mean, just look, the field position, smarter people run the team. You know, they've won Super Bowls. They've done all that sort of stuff. I'm not a coach. That being said, look, it was a strong decision. I think I heard or read in the paper today, Coach Reed, kind of suggested that it maybe wasn't his favorite call ever that he's made, and that was a huge game changer, a momentum shift. I think it was clear to almost everyone watching, certainly everyone in the stands, who was saying, well, wow, we just had this great defensive stop. They've been stepping up almost for the entirety of that half, and then you give them a short field. You see the touchdown immediately thereafter when we knew our offense was having some struggles.
That's where I was, and that's kind of the point that I've been making on this is, I mean, Houston had run their last 18 plays. They had gotten 17 yards. Trust the defense. Rely on the defense. Play a field position battle. And I think Kansas City's best chance to win that game was winning on a last-second field goal, 13-10. It just felt very unnecessary to roll the dice there and give an offense and a team life that just didn't really have any at that point.
Yeah, I think that's very much the case. And one thing that I do tend to look at is, folks get tired. You look at the energy involved and all of that, and really dating all the way back to last year's Super Bowl, right? You have your defense hustling in and out, all of that, where you have turnovers, including turnovers on downs, right? Special teams mistakes and others. Those are just like gut punches in a lot of ways. So having seen that yesterday was a huge challenge. I think that was a huge challenge for an already fairly tired defense, which was stepping up for much of the game. And then on the offensive side, and let's go back to the fourth down call. I mean, it's others have said it, not an original thought from me. You don't even really have the threat of the run. You don't have anybody lined up in the backfield, right? That takes away not just the play opportunity itself, but of course it simplifies the defensive scheme. I mean, there's just a lot there that said, man, you wish, I think the coach will say, wish you could have gotten it back.
Right now, we're talking to the mayor of Kansas City, Mayor Quentin Lucas. Mayor, I wanted to have you on to talk about the World Cup. We found out the groups, and now we know the teams that are coming to Kansas City. How excited are you? How excited is the city, your team, with the matchups that we're going to have?
Huge deal. I mean, look, it's a huge deal for Kansas City. I was sitting there smiling. I was, somewhere on Saturday, and when we heard it roll out, Argentina, you talk about the brand, all of that, I will note something many don't think about, because our federal administration has good relations with Argentina. You have a fast-tracked immigration process, customs process, et cetera, not immigration, just being able to come in and out, right? And so that means that you'll have fans with an ability to travel. Certainly, you look at the Netherlands, which is a great base, a country where you have people that travel, have strong energy with this. And I think that there are some good stories, right? Curacao, pronounced by Wayne Gretzky as Caraco. But, that's, I think, a country and national opportunity that lets us at least tell some really good and interesting stories about a country, I believe, that's smaller than Overland Park, that's coming to Kansas City. So, I think this is a great draw. It's a great draw for our community. I see some of the other cities that, I love everybody in the tournament, don't get me wrong, but that have drawn some teams that may be tougher matches, to kind of activate around. That will not be a Kansas City concern. I look forward to even learning more about the Algerians. And so, I think it's going to be a good set. Game times are really interesting to me. 6, 7, 8, and 9, I believe, are our game times. So you're looking at full dynamic days in Kansas City. Everybody can come spend all their money that they need. When they're tired, go to Arrowhead, watch a match, then party after that.
Mayor, I know I've seen you out and about. There's no chance you're going to a soccer game that kicks off at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. No chance you're at that one.
Man, that's too funny. I mean, look, I ain't been out that late in a long time. I'm not even going to lie. On a Tuesday, when I was younger, I could, every now and then you get the hip-hop show because they book it in Kansas City too early in the week, so your headliner's on at 9:30. But on this side of 40, man, I don't know if I do a lot of it. But this is unique. It's special. I think I'll be out there. I think a whole lot of people will. But more to the point, hopefully, even if they're not, they're filling up taverns, restaurants, and others all around the community before that.
Right now, we're talking to the mayor of Kansas City, Mayor Quentin Lucas, here for a little bit. I guess two last things here, one about the World Cup, one about the city in general. Rob is really excited about the Netherlands coming here. I think the big story is Argentina, right? They're the defending World Cup champion. Messi is coming into town. Just to have Messi kind of kick off World Cup here in Kansas City is just such a really cool event. Rob's really excited about the Netherlands coming into town.
I keep hearing about that, and I need to probably read up more. Obviously, I know Argentina. Certainly know the talents there. You hear a lot of people, I won't get ahead of us, but we talk about a potential Argentina-Portugal matchup in the later rounds. I mean, that could be the sort of thing that is epic at a stadium that has seen many an epic thing. As for the Netherlands, right, I mean, wonderful brand. I know there was a group of people involved with KC 2026 that went to the Euros, got a chance to see what the Dutch fans are all about and like. I think that's going to be something that thrills. But here's my jam, to be quite honest. I think that we're going to have full stadiums all the time. You're going to have people that always wanted to see a World Cup. I expect Fan Fest, all of the ethnic restaurants, particularly those that represent the countries, being packed for this. And I think it's going to be a great moment for Kansas City. Let me answer to a critique we get a lot, though, too. Occasionally people, usually not at this station, but others, will say, y'all spend so much time thinking about tourism, everything else. Let me tell you a basic, right? It is so we can actually generate revenues for businesses, for the people of Kansas City. I love Kansas Cityans, don't get me wrong. I also like 650,000 visitors coming in, spending money, filling up your restaurants, filling up your entertainment spaces, making sure we have revenues to address the things we need to do in our city. And I think in that core question, we're going to get a lot of it this summer in KC.
Last thing here, Mayor, and appreciate your time. The last time we had you on was day one of the streetcar extension. We've now had a couple of months. What are you seeing? How is it working? Just tell us a little bit more about this process as the streetcar has been expanded.
Working great. I had an exceptional meeting today, actually, about east-west streetcar expansion, included into Kansas, KCK, KU Med Center. I think that this is just the spine and what really is a beginning of an outstanding route. You saw a lot of people taking the streetcar from the Kansas-Missouri game. I think they saw what ingress, egress downtown could be. I think that speaks well for future stadium chats. We'll, of course, have that conversation again, no doubt, CDOT. But no, it's working exceedingly well. You're seeing it packed on weekends, even in crummy weather. I think that it means there's going to be more growth on it over the years ahead in KC.
That is the mayor of Kansas City, Mayor Quentin Lucas, joining us on the show today to talk about the World Cup. We now know what games are going to happen in Kansas City. Mayor Q, we'll catch up with you down the line. I will say this, your January is going to be a lot more free.
Man, I don't even know what January is anymore. It's been so long that I guess we're going to have to really do some new stuff. But we'll talk about it when the time comes.
Yeah, I was talking to Rob. I can't remember the last time I took vacation on like January 17th. That never happens.
Man, I've been booked out through the Super Bowl as a mayor for the last 6 years. It's wild. It's a great run. And, hey, maybe magic happens and we see something special. But I'll keep watching. I'll be out there on Sunday. So stay well, man.
Absolutely. That is the mayor of Kansas City, Mayor Quentin Lucas, joining us on the show today. Coming up in about 20 minutes, Mitch Holtis is going to join us. Coming up on the other side, we'll talk about Chris Jones. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
What's up, guys? It's Drew. Well, we're in the heart of football season, and the players, they got to be on their game and at peak performance and ready to go when it matters most to try and get a win on Sunday, Saturday, whatever time of the week they play. You also have to be ready and confident where it counts. I'm talking about Blue Chew, a small chew for a big difference. Day nights just got longer and better for everyone because showing up matters during life's most exciting moments. Turn oh no into oh yes with Blue Chew. It'll have you feeling fantastic. Be ready when she is. It's not just about performance. Confident where it counts. Give her group chat something to talk about because nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com and get your first month free when you use our promo code KFNZ at checkout. Just cover $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com and get your first month free. BlueChew.com and get your first month free. A small chew for a big difference. Then you'll be ready to chew it and do it.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Taking a look at the college football futures market with the college football playoff set, Ohio State is the favorite to win it all, despite losing to Indiana in its conference title game. Ohio State plus 225, Indiana plus 275, Georgia third on the odds board at plus 500, Oregon and Texas Tech both at plus 900. And even though Ohio State lost to Indiana in the conference title game, Ohio State is still the best team. And I think as long as Ohio State doesn't get conservative in the big spots, Ohio State will go back-to-back and win the title at plus 225. That's it for this Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by BetMGM. Download the BetMGM app today, and please gamble responsibly.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Straight Talk, we know the holidays are your time to say
yes.
So why put up with a wireless company that makes you say
out of data?
Or
no service here?
Switch to Straight Talk and say yes to real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network covered by Verizon. And with a free 5G phone when you activate select plans, someone else in your family can say yes! Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Based on RootMetrics State of 5G Report, United States 1H 2025. Experiences may vary. Not an endorsement of Verizon. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Okay, still working the crash in Shawnee. 2 cars involved, 35 northbound just past Antioch. Finally off to the left shoulder, but a lot of onlooker delay. And then you've got a stall 70 westbound past 57th in the right lane. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome to your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome back into the show. Coming up in about 15 minutes or so, Mitch Holtz's voice of the Kansas City Chiefs are going to join us in studio. The top text, and Rob, take this phone call. We'll take his phone call here. We do got a little bit of time to take phone calls here. We probably won't for like another 45 minutes or so. We got a little time right now. 913-586-7965. Someone on the text line said Chris Jones single-handedly took the game over yesterday, and then Andy stabbed him in the back. I wouldn't fault him if he wanted out after the season. All right, well, just let's calm down a little bit. I understand everybody's a little hot. Chris Jones ain't going nowhere. Like, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Chris Jones is not going anywhere. Now, if you're somebody that's screaming, well, they should trade Chris Jones, because there are certainly people like that on the text line. Chris Jones is not going anywhere. Chris Jones' cap hit for next season is $44.8 million. His dead cap for next year is $64.2 million. Chris Jones will be on the team next season. Chris Jones should be on the team next season. So let's just go ahead and get that part out of the way. I also think that Chris Jones yesterday kind of embodied who I think the Chiefs are. I thought Chris Jones showed great potential yesterday. I thought he had a stretch there that he was phenomenal. I also think on one of the most important plays of the game, he was just a little slow and a little late. And what I would, how I would describe the Chiefs in 2025 is a little slow, a little late. Chris Jones had C.J. Stroud in his grasp. He's just didn't get there. C.J. Stroud makes a play. C.J. Stroud actually played really, really well yesterday. I don't care what the numbers say. I was watching the game yesterday. C.J. Stroud played really well when they needed him to and made some big plays on third down to extend drives and move the chains, and they won that game because their quarterback made big plays, and the Chiefs quarterback didn't make those plays. I really thought that yesterday it was the Chiefs. Chris Jones gets great pass rush. Hey, you got a chance to get off the field on third down. Just a little slow and a little late, a half step slow. And that half step slow that the Chiefs have been basically from the beginning of the season, that half step that they've been is the perfect description of what I think this season has been. I think in some ways, honestly, we've always known. I really believe that. I think we've always known. And I get it if maybe we didn't want to see that at the beginning of the season. But man, a lot of the reasons why they lost to Houston last night, that's exactly how they lost to the Chargers in the first week of the season. How the Chiefs lost last night against Houston. They lost like that to the Eagles in the second week of the season. The Chiefs have not grown at all this season. Usually by this part in the season, you notice to see a tone shift with Kansas City, an attitude shift. They start really figuring some things out, really kind of whipping up into shape, really getting things into gear, and the Chiefs are go, go, go the rest of the way. That's why I'm just not willing to entertain this playoff conversation. I don't know how many times we got to keep kicking the can down the field. They're 6-7. Now they're going to win 4 in a row? Like, you might flicker the light switch on. Man, the power is off. The power is off. You haven't paid the bill. That's where I am with this team. I'm not here to beat you guys down for a second week of I told you so. I mean, I picked Houston to win this game, and almost exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. Everything that has caused the Chiefs and got them into this situation popped up yesterday. Penalties, turnovers, drops, mistakes, missed field goals. All of those things popped up yesterday. So we can blame the officials on this one call and that wasn't a hold. No, the Chiefs did that to themselves yesterday. Poor coaching. Those things did the Chiefs in. They've done the Chiefs in for 3 months now. It has done the Chiefs in. So they're losing one of the 2 games to Denver or the Chargers. I don't know which one. They are not winning both of those games. I don't believe it. I don't care where those games are. They'll beat the Titans, sure. They'll beat the Raiders, I mean, probably. I mean, I'm not even saying that to be negative. I don't know who's playing the Raiders game. Like, I can very easily see the Chiefs are eliminated from playoff contention, and they're just, it doesn't matter at this point. Hey, Mahomes isn't playing. Kelsey's not playing. Jones isn't playing. We're going to sit our guys, and we're going to give our young guys an opportunity. Like, they are in risk of Week 18 not meaning anything for them, and not in a we're trying to rest everybody in a no, our offseason has already started capacity. Let's go to the phone lines here. We got Mitch Holtz coming up in about 5 minutes or so. Michael in Chicago called into the show. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
Michael, C-Dot, thanks so much for taking the call. You're like a member of the family here. My kids get in the car with me, and they say, are we listening to C-Dot? So just wanted to say, being an expatriate a long ways from home, I grew up in Iowa, but being out of the kingdom, thanks for the show.
No problem, man. I appreciate it. Tell your kids happy holidays.
Will do. We could talk about this loss being like, I'm watching Andy Reid thinking, for the first time in 25 years, this is a game Marty Schottenheimer knew how to win more than Andy Reid knew how to win. We could talk about Brett Veach and missing some picks and not solving the offensive line problems for 4 off seasons, and we could talk about our quarterback regressing in the pocket passing the last 2 years. I mean, did you feel comfortable when he got back in the pocket that he was going to complete a pass yesterday? And that hurts to say because Pat Mahomes is everything for us. We love Pat, but all of that. And we could talk about all that, but the guy I'm worried about the most today is you, C-Dot, because yesterday we saw the end of the Trent McDuffie fan club. That came to a crashing halt the last couple weeks, and you guys are the president of that. So how are you guys holding up over there, watching him get burned again, and understanding we can't deal with a 5'9" outside corner, pay him 4 years, $150 million or whatever he would get as a top 5 corner. How are you guys holding up with that all coming down?
Michael, I appreciate the question, man. Happy holidays to you and yours, man. I'm not doing that with Trent McDuffie. I do feel in some ways partly responsible. Rob, ever since Trent McDuffie came on this show, it has not gone well for him. Ever since Trent McDuffie came on here, he came on here the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and it's not gone well ever since then. I'm still on team pay Trent McDuffie. I know that's not the popular stance to have when it comes to Trent McDuffie. Guys get beat in the National Football League all the time. I mean, and Nico Collins is a top 15 receiver in the league. So I'm not going to overreact to that. I still think Trent McDuffie is one of the better players in the league.
Yeah, I will remain team pay Trent McDuffie. And I understand why fans are no to pay Trent McDuffie, but I will still be team pay Trent McDuffie, especially since Jalen Watson's about to walk out of Kansas City and get paid by, I don't know, let's pick a mediocre team. We'll use the Titans. The Titans will be, it's like what happened with Snead. We'll use the Titans. They need Trent McDuffie on this team. Trent McDuffie, actually, I know we're up against a break, is the kind of player I want to see them keep. Let's keep less 30-year-olds in the fold and more 24-year-olds in the fold. Trent McDuffie, 25 years old, it's a good time for a contract. Other players who are 33, 34, bad time for a contract. That's how I'm going to feel this offseason. I'm going to be an ageist this offseason with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Text line 913-586-7965. Someone on the text line says that they've been playing Trent McDuffie out of position needlessly. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Trent McDuffie has not had a good last week. Like, he was not good in the Cowboys game. I mean, he wasn't in this game for very long, but on the one snap that he was out there, he just got beat. I mean, just flat out, Nico Collins just ran past him. Made a play, he then got hurt, and it changed what the Chiefs did defensively. And they still had a chance to win that game with their defense. But, yeah, I'm still on team Trent McDuffie. Coming up on the other side, we'll be joined in studio by Mitch Holtz, his voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. That's coming up. Keep it right here. So drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. Tune in Mondays at 4 to hear the play-by-play voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holtz, on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This one brought to you by Peter's Clothiers in the Triangle. That's a two-car crash, 435 northbound at Bannister. Scoot to the left. It looks like the right shoulder is blocked, part of the right lane as well. Hey, men, you need to look great for holiday events, so Peter's Clothiers can give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com. We're stopping today at 124th and State Line. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for, client portrayal, and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this. Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
The NFL season is rolling along, and you're starting to get a better feel on who's a contender and who's a pretender, and you can make all your predictions over at FanDuel. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who you think is going to win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. And tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers 30% profit boost token. That's right. You can get in on the action for 30% profit boost on this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for every snap. So whether you want to bet who's going to win the game, who's going to score a touchdown, or who's going to score the first touchdown, you can do all that with our friends over at FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Casino LLC. Gambling problem? Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant,
She knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
The Chiefs have been scoring a ton of points lately, and that means I'm saving a ton of money at Hy-Vee. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs because I score big fuel savings when I shop Hy-Vee the day after any Chiefs game. Win or lose, I'll earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents a gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. So the more we score, the more I save, only for my friends at Hy-Vee.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
Home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. Hey, it's Bob Fesco, and West Shore Home is proving it doesn't have to be. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. That's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathroom, windows, and doors. Plus, right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free and lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit waysidewaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. From Montana to Mahomes, his call has been synonymous with Chiefs football.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
He's the voice of the Chiefs kingdom, and he joins The Drive every Monday at 4.
You can't doubt the Chiefs! You can dislike the Chiefs! You can disrespect the Chiefs! You're gonna have to deal with the Chiefs!
Here's Mitch Holtis.
We are very happy to be joined in studio right now by Mitch Holtis. He is brought to you by GEHA, that is Government Employees Health Association, and also by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Mitch, happy to have you join us in the studio today.
Good to be with you. Wish under other circumstances, but when you spend 32 years in the National Football League, I'm giving some formal presentations this week, and I figured out I've been in the league 11,650 days. 3 of those have won Super Bowls. 3 other days got a ring ceremony. 3 other days, parade. That's 9 days. Most of the time in the NFL, most of the time, a good deal of the time, you're in situations like this because it's a league where it's just that's part of the intrigue of the league is you fight through it.
So we have to start with the 4th down and decision. Take me through what you're thinking. How are you feeling when you realize that the Chiefs, from 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line, they are not going to punt the ball, and the Chiefs are going to attempt to go for it there in that spot? What are you thinking? What's going through your mind?
Okay. There's 3 different groups of people that today at 4:03 are looking at this. One group is Schadenfreude. These are the folks that delight in your misfortune, right? They're kind of loving this. 2 is someone who is hurt by it, but you stay wallowed in pity kind of. 3, you analyze it, figure out why it happened, and where do you go from here? Tonight on the show, we talk about it a lot, and I'm just going to give you an excerpt of the show. Some of these came from Coach's presser today, but I think it says a lot. Now, I'm going to give you a precursor to this comment in the fact that I think that the move came from there was such confidence in the Chiefs in fourth down this year. We're seeing something we've never seen, I don't think, in 66 years of Chiefs football or Dallas Texan football. The Chiefs are third in the league in 29 attempts. They are the first in the league with 22 fourth down makes. 22, which is incredible. They're second to New England in making the fourth down 75.9% of the time. New England is first, but they've had 11 fewer attempts, and they've had 8 fewer makes. And then on fourth down and less than 4, the Chiefs are near the top of the league and fourth, I believe. But 6 of them have been 4th and 4, 4th and 3, 4th and 2. Okay. Now you've got this situation. But I want us to listen to Coach Reed, and then I'll bounce off of that and what he had to say about it, because he's owning it. He's wearing it. But my answer to you is a long one. But it starts with there's such a degree of confidence right now in the Chiefs making fourth downs.
So I need to make sure that I give the guys an opportunity on those fourth downs to make plays, take full responsibility for that. Thought we could muster something up there, and I knew points were important. So, but that's my responsibility to make sure those work. We've been so good in that area, whether it was run or pass. And so I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. Again, I thought it was the right thing to do then. This is terrible to say in a situation like this because we didn't win and we didn't get that, but I would probably do that same thing again. But I also know when you don't get them, it can be a problem, and especially when they're in that field goal range area. Very aware of that. But again, I thought the risk reward was right for that time. It slapped me in the face, though, so it didn't go that way.
I think that you look at it and the fact that he was so confident in that call. They ran something very similar in the Cowboy game and made it to Jared Wiley. Does that say I'm going to agree with the call at that point? Is everybody in agreement with it? Probably not. But he said what he said, and he would run it again. But the fact that he's made 22 of them this year gives you a little bit of equity. Now, at their own 31, 10:22 left in the game, the Chiefs' defense has held them 5 straight possessions. I think that's all the stuff he's looking at. But he's not going to sit there and wallow in the mud on it. He's got to move on, and he's owned it. He's wearing it. But I also have 3 Super Bowl rings because of him, and I trust him.
We haven't really talked as much about the play call. I just think that's just kind of one of those things that people are just always going to nitpick. I think people are frustrated that Kareem Hunt wasn't on the field. Like when you give that stat about the fourth down conversions that the Chiefs have, we have to acknowledge a big reason why they've been so good on fourth down is because of how good Kareem Hunt is. Yep. And that was not the play call, and he's not even on the field at that point. It's interesting to hear him talk about the risk versus reward because I see there is so much more risk than reward there. Even if the Chiefs get 2-3 yards there, they're on the 33-yard line on their own side. You still got to go another 30 yards to even get yourself into scoring and field goal range in that scenario. And you just mentioned the defense. I mean, Houston had done nothing defensively so far in the second half of the game. They had ran 18 plays and gotten 17 yards. That's where I want to see them continue to play the field position with Matt Araiza, continue to trust the defense, and try to grind out a 13-10 victory. But that's not how the game played out.
No, and people were critical of him in the Dallas game for not going for it at 4th and I believe 4 near midfield, or barely, I think, maybe on Dallas's half of the field. But that's where I think the analysis, that's one of the 3 categories here, the analysis, figuring out what went wrong, and then who's all involved in that discussion. There's a lot of people involved in that discussion, including Mike Frazier, who leads the way in analytics. But it will also be all of the offensive staff. that we'll be discussing it moving forward. And that's why you can't just stay stuck in it. And one of the great things about Andy Reid as a coach and as a leader is that he doesn't say stuck or in the milestone moments. He doesn't say stuck there. And he doesn't say stuck when you get to the flashpoints, because you can't. You can't afford it right now. You got to figure out a way to beat the Chargers and win out and then hope you get some help. So it's analysis, but it's also moving on.
I felt like in that moment, the Chiefs panicked a little bit in some ways. Like, I see Andy as one of the most solid, consistent, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. This is what we do. This is our strategy. It felt very out of character, in my opinion, to do that. That's something I would expect from Dan Campbell, that kind of has the personality of being a gambler. Ron Rivera, Brandon Staley. It was just such an anti-Chiefs move in the most important game that you've had so far this season.
Which is why, though, I gave you the numbers, because the numbers have been so drastically different this year in both fourth down attempts and makes. So it is a change in strategy in many ways that has been there all throughout the season. Now, the fact that he did it then in that situation, again, opens up a lot of discussion. I don't argue with that at all. But the fact that there is just this high degree of confidence, I don't care whether it's in business or if it's in the military or in sports, when you get that level of confidence, sometimes it can lead you to a decision you wouldn't make otherwise. But that's what I think the adjustment and moving on is about.
Right now, we're joined in studio by Mitch Holtz, his voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Mitch, you mentioned it. I asked you a couple of weeks ago, hey, what's wrong? What's their biggest problem? And you mentioned just inability to get off the field on third down. That once again kind of reared its ugly head. I don't put this loss on the defense. I thought the defense played exceptionally well in the second half of this game. But just always, it's that 3rd and 7. It's that 3rd and 15. It's just you got to get off the field in this scenario. And too many times in this game when the Chiefs defense really needed to step up, really needed to make a play, really needed to force a turnover, they just didn't get it yesterday.
3rd down and 6 or more. The Chiefs are 30th in the league out of 32. And overall 3rd down defense, I think there's only 3 or 4 worse. Now the game tonight, that's without the game tonight, but looking at it. But there have been 73 attempts against the Chiefs on 3rd down and 6 or more, and 22 conversions. And 20 of those are off passes. So you just can't ignore it. It's the same discussion maybe as the 4th and 1, but it keeps happening every week. And these are like 3rd and 8 or more, not just 3rd and 6 or more. So, again, it's you look at scheme, you look at personnel on the field. I think we saw Noel Williams do some really good things. He seems aggressive, and with McDuffie going down, somebody had to step up. But personnel, scheme, you matching against the opponents, it's kind of the same discussion we had last week. But you got to win those. And you say it didn't cost him the game because the defense rallied it. Chris Jones was amazing. Chris Jones was like, just jump on my back. I'm going to take everybody in this stadium and let's go. And he started with the first play of the 3rd quarter. He absolutely flipped the game by himself, and then everybody kind of jumped on, including the offense. But in the first half, you can say it didn't cost him the game, but what's that game in the first half if you don't give up those long 3rd downs? And it might have been 0-0 at halftime or 3-0. And so every little thing mattered in a game like that, and it will matter in the Charger game. That's December football. So whether it's special teams or defense or offense, but if you get a chance to have 3rd and 6 or more, you got to get off the field, whether that's scheme, pressure, coverage, it's all of that. Because I was with Bob Fesco, and with Dusty on Friday, we played Nick Bolton's comment about it's a combination of pressure and coverage, and that's a normal answer. It's not a nuclear physics answer. But then if you take it beyond that, are you a nickel or are you in dime? What's your nickel personnel look like? What's your dime personnel look like? And again, I think all that is being analyzed, but the time is at hand. You got to get it figured out this week because the Chargers won that game in Brazil because they were able to convert 3rd and very long.
There's been a lot of conversation about yesterday being the end of the dynasty. Did it give you that feel yesterday?
No, it doesn't. Now, you've got to be realistic about looking at the roster, but and then you got to be realistic looking at just you're down 4 offensive linemen. I mean, Esapole yesterday, what he did was
I thought he played well.
Borderline miracle. Dude, He'd never played. And you're going against Danielle Hunter, and you have a 12.2 pressure rate allowed. And so, but I liked him way back, even in the summertime, knowing he hasn't hardly played much football. I don't even think he played in junior college at Chabot, and he played some at Washington State. Excuse me, this guy's just getting started. But all that it comes into play here. But there's not this feeling to me like it's crashing down and this is the end of it. It would be as if Coach retired, or if Veach retired or moved on or whatever. Then you start to get that. But the infrastructure's still there. It's a strong, strong base.
That's kind of how I feel in this, and I understand, fans want this person held accountable or this person held accountable. I kind of get it.
And I get it, too. The fans, shoot, it was my best day of my life.
Like, I feel like, at least from a power structure, man, from what you've built up over the last 5-6 years, a majority of the staff and the foundation, as you just alluded to, they deserve an opportunity to fix this thing and get it right back on path. So you can't, to me, go from this team won 15 games, went to the Super Bowl, and now we need to completely change house. Now, there's going to be some changes, and we got time to talk about what those changes are, but I'm wholeheartedly on the side of Andy can come back and help fix this. Brett needs to come back, and the staff, and hey, it's a little bit off track, but I'm with you. The foundation is still there. You got a very good young pass rusher in George Karlaftis. You got the best quarterback in the league. You got the best coach in the league. This is a team that can still win double-digit games this year. They're not that far off, but just one or two plays, one or two players, a couple of misses in the draft, a miss in free agency, and in a razor-thin margin league like the National Football League, that can get you beat.
And you throw in the schedule, which is ridiculous this year. Not just the teams you're playing, but when you have to play. And those were being road games. They weren't last year. There weren't the Sunday night, Monday night road games. There was one Sunday night game on the road. It was early against Atlanta. This year it's just been loaded up. And then to play in the short weeks. That all sounds like an excuse. It's all factored in. But again, this is when you got to try to rally. Who do you have healthy? That's the biggest. You're calling up the roll now. This is the Alamo. Who do we have? And so that'll be the biggest thing Tuesday, Wednesday in the week. And then you just got to somehow rally it and get a resurgence to try to beat the Chargers and try to do this week by week.
Right now, we're joined in studio by the voice of the Kansas City Chiefs, Mitch Holthus. Mitch, I'll get you out of here with this. Chiefs Kingdom is winding down. Where are you guys at today? Who do you guys have coming on?
Lenexa, we're not far away. We'll be at the Hy-Vee in Lenexa on 87th Street in the Belldozer. Blake Cabell is going to be our guest tonight. I'm kind of fired up about it. Blake's a personality, and has done awesome things. But he's also like the bodyguard of Kelsey. So he's had a very interesting life, Belldozer, both on the field and off the field, and we'll jump into that tonight. But he also dealt with all kinds of adversity, injuries. He's got 3 Super Bowl rings with the Chiefs, and he had to do dirty work to do that. But we're going to dive into these same discussions. It's pertinent. And then we get into, with Coach, we get into all of the things we talked about, including the fourth down play and responsibility and how do you react moving forward. We get into all that tonight. We'll have a good, strong 15-minute segment with him.
That is Mitch Holthus, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs, joining us on the show. His appearance is brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, Incorporated, and also Silverstein Eye Center. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Mitch, always great catching up with you.
Oh, yeah. We'll just keep pressing on. As I told you, most of the days when you're in this business are like this one.
That is Mitch Holthus, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to go back to talk about that fourth down call. Here was Coach Andy Reid yesterday after the game.
Well, listen, we've been so good in that area, whether it was run or pass. And so I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. Again, I thought it was the right thing to do then. This is terrible to say in a situation like this because we didn't win and we didn't get that, but I would probably do that same thing again. But I also know when you don't get them, it can be a problem, and especially when they're in that field goal range area. Very aware of that. I thought the risk reward was right for that time. It slapped me in the face though, so it didn't go that way.
Rob, let's talk about the play call from there. And I understand that it's a very thin line between did you get it, did you not get it, is it smart, is it not smart? You and I haven't really spent a lot of time talking about the actual play call and the decision in all of it because we just got the stats from Mitch Holthus. This has been a very good fourth down team. So if you were trying to defend it, if you're trying to find the logic in it, the Chiefs have been one of the better teams on fourth down, but not how they were trying to. That's what makes the decision even more puzzling to me. If the Chiefs had come out under center and gave the ball to Kareem Hunt and that got stopped, I still would very much be on the side of you should have punted the ball. But you at least would have been playing to your strength and kind of team that I think you are in something you're very, very good at. I think what makes this decision so baffling to me is they kind of really botched this thing on both fronts. You made a hyper-aggressive play, and you also did it by not doing what I think you're really good at and what I would deem to be the strength of your team and the strength of your fourth down offense. That's what makes this decision so infuriating to me is not only did you put your team at a disadvantage in my mind by going for it, you didn't even go for it properly.
Yeah, I mean, me and you see it very similar. A, the decision to go for it was wrong. Like, I don't want to argue that. It's just, it was wrong. But B, if you're going to go for it, empty set with Hollywood Brown in motion and Patrick Mahomes throwing with backup to the backup offensive line. And that's no disrespect to Issa Pole, who I think played well, but Jalen Moore was brought in here as a break glass in case of emergency guy. He was going up against Will Anderson, who had one of the better days of his career. Like, I think he had 7 pressures. Like, the play made no sense on any level. Decision, play calling, execution, because we haven't even gotten to this part yet. I think Rashee Rice should probably still catch the ball. Like, everything went wrong on the play. It was a bad decision, a bad play call, and even with all of that, Rashee Rice had a chance to bail them out, and he butterfingers it, and the Chiefs go on. Like, it just, at every level, execution, play calling, decision-making, fail from the Chiefs in this fourth down call.
And just hearing Andy Reid talk about the risk versus reward there, I honestly don't even really know. I mean, obviously, the biggest reward is you keep the football, right? Like, that is it. Rob, you don't even have the ball from where a ball kicked out of bounds would be. You don't even have the ball from where a touchback is in that scenario. So just think about it. Like, if you're going to talk to me about the risk versus reward, the reward is pretty minimal, I would say. Yes, keeping possession is a reward. You go for it, you convert it, you get a new fresh set of downs. But you're not in ideal field position, even with the fresh set of downs, for an offense that had been struggling. Like, we're not even playing this thing out. Is it crazy to think that the Chiefs still have to punt on that drive because they have the ball on the, let's say they get 3 yards. They get on the 34-yard line. You still are in a position where you need to punt. So it just, at least in my mind, the risk of that scenario was so high where the reward to me was so minuscule, where I think in punting in that scenario, time, score, situation, game flow, momentum. If you punt the football there to an offense that had done basically nothing in the second half of the game, and your defense continues to feed off of it, the crowd continues to feed off of it, but in one moment, it was like somebody popped a balloon. That's what it was like. When the Chiefs didn't get that, everybody's body language, everybody's demeanor, from the stadium to the players on the field, it was like somebody popped a balloon. Why run it? If the Chiefs had the ball in midfield, that's a different thing. Houston's got to get 2 first downs to get the ball where you are. If the Chiefs go for this on 4th and 1 from the 50-yard line or 1st and 1 from the 49-yard line, I'm probably still on the side of punt, but it's at least defendable to me. They got to go 2 first downs to get it exactly from where you just doing it almost virtually in the shadow of your own end zone. Again, I cannot stress where they went for it. That's not even where the touchback is on the 35-yard line. It's not even where they kicked the ball out of bounds. You're not even getting great field position if you get the ball there. It just, the whole decision of it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And it honestly felt panicked to me. It felt panicked. I think Andy's best strength is Andy, to me, is pretty consistent. I think Andy, for the most part, is on team take the points. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Hey, every time we're going to take profit. We're going to take profit every single time. To the point where I think it has infuriated Chiefs fans. Hey, I wish we were more aggressive. I wish we were more aggressive. Sometimes it felt to me like he had just kind of threw his hands up and like, oh, you guys win. You want me to go for it? No, Andy, you're supposed to be the stoic one. You're supposed to come in and be the steady hand. And I just don't think you are in that scenario. You can't be going for a 4th and 1 on your own 31-yard line. That's not a steady decision. It's not. It's not steady at all. It just, I can't understand it. I can't explain it. I can't understand it. It will bother me this entire time. Andy started the week talking about how they were 1 and 2 plays away, and then you end up being, in my opinion, the biggest reason that they lost. Unacceptable in my mind. We got about 30 minutes here to take some phone calls, 913-586-7965. So if you want to call, we got a little bit of time to do that. Coming up on the other side, let's talk about Travis Kelce, who I thought had a very fitting end to the game. I'll explain. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth. Why not start today?
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
At GEHA, we stand behind our members with access to a network of nearly 600,000 providers. GEHA is proud to offer dental plans exclusively for federal employees, federal retirees, and military retirees. Visit GEHA.com to learn more.
Tonight, expect a low of 32 with partly cloudy skies.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door, RENNER, forward and back.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew a Halloween costume would change my life and lead me to Renner Garage Door? Renner's KC's go-to team for service, repair, and replacement.
RENNER, RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Still working a two-car crash down near Olathe, 35 southbound at 119th. Left lane is blocked. Also a crash 70 westbound just past 635 in the right lane. Scoot to the left. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Hey, it's Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to The Drive with C-Dot on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
We'll get back to your phone calls here coming up in a bit. I don't think we're going to take many calls in the 5 o'clock hour, if I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys, but I am very happy to take calls for the next 30 minutes. So if you get on hold, Rob screens you, I will happily take your call, 913-586-7965. I do want to share a quick thought about Travis Kelce. I know that you guys think that I have some anti-Travis Kelce feelings. I really don't. I thought that yesterday was, sort of a fitting end in some ways. This is why. I think that every athlete dreams of having that fairy tale storybook ending. It's kind of like the end of Carlito's Way. If you've seen Carlito's Way, he just wants to do one more score, and he's going to make a score so big he's going to get out of the game. It's not really how the movie ends. And last year, I understand why Travis Kelce wanted to come back. I get it. I completely understand. Hey, we got to the Super Bowl. I didn't play well. I owe it to the guys. Hey, I want to come back for one more season, and I want us to get back to the playoffs, the Super Bowl, and get back to our rightful spot. He's come back, and he has had a good year. He's going to be an All-Pro this season. He's going to be a Pro Bowler this year. Kelce has had a good year. Man, it's difficult to write that fairy tale ending in your career. Kobe Bryant had one of the greatest final games any athlete that we have ever seen. It was on a team that was 17 games out of the playoffs. It's hard to get that perfect storybook, go out on top. This one's for John. It's very, very difficult to do it. Man, Travis Kelce's career ended yesterday in front of all of his celebrity friends. It was, to me, it was the crossroad of a football player that doesn't make the plays that he has historically made, now living a life that he didn't when the journey started. Leonardo DiCaprio was in town yesterday to watch Chiefs and Texans. Think about that. Leonardo DiCaprio was there, and he wasn't the most famous person at the game. Maybe the greatest living actor, certainly on the short list of it, in some of the biggest, highest blockbuster movies. He was there, and it's not a big deal. He was there to watch one person. He wasn't there to watch the Chiefs. He was there to watch one person. And on a singular drive, the drive that ends Kansas City's season, the player who probably should have retired at the end of last year comes back for one more season because I want the storybook fairy tale ending. His season ended in front of Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, and Leonardo DiCaprio. And Travis Kelce is going to ride off into the sunset and be one of the biggest figures in pop culture if he wants to. You can host a television show. You can host a game show. You're the host of one of the most successful podcasts out there. But a player who has been known as the most clutch, postseason, greatest, Travis Kelce has had an incredible career. Man, he has been at the center of some of the biggest mistakes this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. The play on Xavier Worthy in week 1 of the NFL season. I don't know whose fault it was. It's somebody's fault. The drop against the Philadelphia Eagles. The back-to-back drops in yesterday's game when the Chiefs still had a chance to win. The Chiefs were down 7 points. You can put a drive together. They went to their number one option, the guy who has been their number one option now for a decade, and he just couldn't do it. I'm still not against Travis Kelce coming back next season. I'm just telling you guys that we all have these visions that athletes can end as champions. That your last fight is you beating Drago in Russia and giving the speech about America. No, it ends with you fighting Tommy Gunn in the street. That's how your career ends. It doesn't end as beautiful and as artistic as you want it to end. And at least the end for Travis Kelce and the end for the season is Travis Kelce sitting by himself on the bench questioning his own abilities. That's how it ended. You can see his body language. He's going through the play in his hands, and you can see that play going, 2018 Travis Kelce makes that play and gets 15 yards. 2025 Travis Kelce doesn't make that play nearly as consistently as he used to. So he has had a phenomenal year. Again, I think he's going to be an all-pro tight end. But, man, in the middle of this, if they're talking about the one or two plays, man, a lot of those one or two plays, if we had to make a list of, hey, these are the biggest plays on why the Chiefs didn't make the postseason, Kelce might have 3 of the top 5. The hit on Worthy, the fumble, or the bobbled ball against Philadelphia, the back-to-back drops in yesterday's game might be the biggest plays that hurt this team the most. You put Mahomes' pick 6 against the Jacksonville Jaguars in there, I mean, that might be the Mount Rushmore for it. Everybody's story just doesn't wrap up neatly and tightly, and you get the fairy tale. Man, everybody doesn't get the princess at the end. I mean, I guess he does, but you get the analogy. Everybody doesn't get to defeat Bowser and save the princess at the end of it. Some people, they die. Like, that's how Scarface ends. He died at the end of it. That's how Carlito went in. He died at the end of it. And in a lot of ways, that is what happened yesterday with Travis Kelce in my mind. His career died yesterday.
Let me ask you this, because you were someone that earlier this season openly entertained the notion of bringing him back, because his contract is going to expire in probably 4 games. You still open to him coming back next season, or is it, hey, everyone goes their separate ways, he rides off into the sunset with the most famous person on earth, a successful podcast, or hey, maybe kick the tires kicked by some other team down the road? Are you still interested in him back next year on this Chiefs team?
This would be my biggest question. I'm not trying to not answer your question. Is he going to be their number one option again? Because for the 7th consecutive year, he was their number one option again. Are they going into another season in which their best option is a 37-year-old tight end? He's their best receiver right now, which is crazy to think. So I don't want to not answer your question, but for the last 3 years here, we have talked about Travis handing the torch to somebody else. Is that how you think the Chiefs' offense works? Because it doesn't feel to me like they've really handed the torch at all. Not at all. Rob, you and I a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, the last Super Bowl they won, we talked about what their formula was. What was their formula? Kelsey, Rice, and Pacheco. That's what we talked about, their formula being. They rode that formula to winning a Super Bowl against Philadelphia. They rode that to win a Super Bowl against San Francisco. That formula doesn't work right now. It doesn't work. It used to work, kind of like how they used to work. It does not work today for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's not a formula. That used to be the formula to get you to the Super Bowl. That's not a formula that will get you to the playoffs in 2025. That is how quickly things turn. Let's go to the phone lines here. 913-586-7965. Sean, you called into the drive. Hey, Sean, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I just got a couple things here. Number one, I kind of like, obviously Matt Nagy has to go. It just doesn't work. Like we've been through this. Like the offense is stale.
I thought we had more from Sean. I thought we had more. I was ready for part two of the take. We didn't get it. Let's go back to the phone lines. Tyler, you called into the show. Hey, Tyler, how you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me on. How you doing? Yeah, my issue is that the defense is still having major coverage issues. If Chris Jones played like he did last night throughout the season, we might have a couple more wins. But there were still multiple third and longs where Stroud sitting in the pocket for 4, 5, 6 seconds, and we're still losing these 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12s.
Tyler, I'm with you, man. I appreciate the phone call. I firmly believe if you did the autopsy on the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs to find out the cause of death, I think it's death by third down. I think it's death by third down on both sides of the ball. It was either they dropped a huge play on third down that stalled the drive, or they couldn't get off the field on third down. And I mean talking 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. You heard the stat from Mitch Holtz's. They are 30th in the National Football League on 3rd and long scenarios. For as well as their defense has played, for as well as I thought their defense played yesterday. Man, the difference in the game is C.J. Stroud moved the chains for his team, and Patrick Mahomes couldn't. And we got a lot of time to talk about this. That's kind of been a theme in the second half of the season. Patrick Mahomes has been outplayed by C.J. Stroud, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence. A lot of those quarterbacks that you would deem to be second-tier or third-tier quarterbacks have outplayed Kansas City's QB in the clutch and the final 15 minutes of the game. We'll take your phone calls. Keep it right here, so drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison on your new home for K-State Athletics, 96.5. The Fan. Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/royal rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Saturday, December 27th at Harris, Kansas City, Fortune takes center stage. Every 5 minutes from 2:40 p.m. to 10:55 p.m., we're dishing out $1,000 in free casino play, fueling the excitement all day long. But wait, there's more. At 11 o'clock, the spotlight shines on one lucky winner who will claim $25,000 in cash. Are you ready to win big? Only at Harris, Kansas City, where the luck is all yours. 21 and older to gamble, know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I completely agree. You are worth more, and your car's worth more, and we want to pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com for good cars, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if I don't beat the price on a CarMax or a Carvana deal, I'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Every big play starts with a first down, and every financial future starts with the right partner. Main Street Credit Union is not-for-profit and member-owned, which means we invest in you with guidance that's clear, tools that make sense, and people who actually listen. We're here to help you move the chains. Whatever your next move is, auto loan, savings goal, or paying off debt, let's make it one play at a time. Visit MainStreetCU.org to get started.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Pick up Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free, plus receive 2 times O Rewards points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pick up Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free, plus receive 2 times O Rewards points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This season, enjoy stress-free comfort with easy booking and trusted service from Anthony. Save up to $4,500 on a new high-efficiency HVAC system. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, technicians you can trust with your house keys. The crash still working near Overland Park, 35 southbound just past 95th. It is the right lane blocked there. Also downtown, headed into 71 northbound at 22nd. You're going to lose the center lane, little fender bender there. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Rashi Rice from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to the Drive with C-Dot on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
All right, welcome back into the Drive. My name is Carrington Harrison. Very happy to be here with you on this wonderful, wonderful Red Monday. We will talk about the 4th down decision coming up in a bit. I'll play for you guys what Andy Reid had to say. I'll go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek. I think Andy Reid failed everybody. I think Andy Reid failed everybody. Like, I was reading the text line earlier, and someone said, C-Dot, how can you say that the game came down to that one play? I firmly believe if the Chiefs punt the ball on that 4th down, I think the Chiefs win the game. I think that is the way the momentum of the game was trending. Sometimes I think that one play ends it. For example, and we'll take these phone calls. Rob, you want to know when the KUMU game was over? The KUM game was over with 30 seconds left in the first half, and Missouri had the ball. And Missouri's got a chance to score. You go down 3, you go into halftime, and you've shot poorly, but man, you're in it. Anthony Robinson gets his shot blocked. Trey White hits a 3, and what could have been a 3-point game is now an 8-point game. I watched a lot of Missouri basketball. The game was over right then and there. And I'm telling you, when the Chiefs made the decision to go for it on 4th down, and that drive was unsuccessful, and it is 10-10 with the Chiefs lost the football game at that point. They lost. It was over. Their offense was not to be trusted. It was not anything that you could rely on. And the fact that the Chiefs rolled the dice and trusted their offense in the 4th quarter of that game was the wrong decision. In the 4th quarter, these were the Chiefs' drives. Interceptions, turnover on down, interception. They had 4 turnovers, essentially, in the final 5 drives of the game. And the last drive it was the end of the game. They were down 10 and time expired. They turned the ball over on their last 4 drives. But that one right there, it was a tie ball game. It ended their season, in my opinion. Let's take these phone calls before the top of the hour. Darnell called into the show. Hey, Darnell, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. How's it going?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Hey, yeah, no problem. So my thing is, I feel like Kelsey let us down. Chris Jones let us down. He come through in the first 2 downs, and then on 3rd down when we need a sack, he's nowhere to be found. All year, I feel like Andy Reid definitely let us down on that 4th down call. I completely agree with you. But my last thing, I really want to speak on Mahomes, my favorite player, but they feel like he's exempt from criticism. And I feel like if he has played better this year, we would not be 6-7. We have a healthy roster. It's no way we 6-7 if he's playing better. And that's my personal opinion. If you really watch the game, he missed open throws. He goes off his read, and he presses when he shouldn't. I just feel like he needs to take the Brady approach. Sometimes take what the defense gets you, and we'll win the game. Trust the process. I feel like he start doing that, we'll turn it around. But until he trusts the process, it ain't going to get better. It starts with 15.
I'm with you, Darnell. I appreciate the phone call. The 2 things that I think the Chiefs need to focus on this offseason, they need somebody who can beat man coverage. They don't have that on their team right now. That is not what Xavier Worthy is. That is not what Rashee Rice is. That is not what Travis Kelce is. And the teams that they have struggled most their offensive line was good enough to win yesterday. Let's be clear. Their offensive line was good enough to win. For an offensive line that I had no confidence in, their offensive line was good enough. You could have figured out a way to win that game. But you see, when they go up against teams that play physical press man coverage, their offense does not work. They don't have a single man beater. And this team needs to spend resources in trying to run the football successfully. I'm not going to be advocating for them to trade up to go get Jeremiah Love. They don't need to make that much of an extreme. They don't need to do that. But they need to have the ability to turn around and hand the football off and take some pressure off of 15. And another game in which we are going into it with the expectation that their quarterback is going to be their leading rusher. That's what we had. We had another game in which we knew that their quarterback was going to lead them in rushing. Patrick Mahomes had 59 yards rushing. Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco had 60 yards rushing between the 2 of them. Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco had 60 yards on 21 carries. They are not a good enough run team where, again, it's Pat, save us, and they don't have enough in that, or not even. They don't have the right pieces. That's probably a better way to say it. They got enough. They don't have the right pieces to do what I think they want to do. Let's take these last 2 phone calls, Rob, before we step aside here for the top of the hour. Jake, you called into the show. Hey, Jake, how you doing, man?
Hey, Steve, I'm doing good. Appreciate you taking my phone call. I just want to get your thoughts on, I guess, like the personnel that the Chiefs run out there sometimes. I was at the game last night, and I can't remember when it was. I think it was maybe early in the game. They would run out like Robert Tonyan. It's like a heavy set with like Tonyan, Noah Gray, and Kelce on one side, and like Tyquan Thornton is the wide receiver. And it's like it's the most obvious run play you could ever have. I knew exactly what they were going to do. They ran it. They picked up their regular maximum of 3 yards. And then I guess like another thing, and this is kind of like the same topic, but I feel like you've been preaching it a little bit too, is to give Bashard Smith a little bit more carries. And I feel like he maybe got one. I don't know if it was a rush or if it was like a design run play or if it was like a jet sweep or whatnot. But he picked up I don't know, maybe like 10 yards or something. It was probably like the longest rush of the game. It was in the red zone, but again, I don't know why they neglect Rashard Smith in the run game, and even whenever they do give him opportunities, it looks a lot better than what Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt do half the time. So just want to hear your thoughts on that. Appreciate you.
No problem, Jake. I appreciate it. I would say the negative thing about this is Rashard Smith, he'll have some time to get some carries. The Chiefs are going to play one game where they are mathematically eliminated. So he at that point, there's no reason to give Kareem Hunt a carry. There's no reason to give Isaiah Pacheco a carry. I'd give Rashard Smith. We'd run Marty ball if I was the coach. Hey, we're going to find out what we have. We don't have enough time to get into this, Rob, so let's put a pin in this because I do want to take this last phone call. For a team that spent a first-round pick on a wide receiver and for a team that spent a second-round pick on a wide receiver, can anybody tell me why their best deep threat is somebody who got cut from the Patriots last year? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. 913-586-7965. This team spent a first-round pick on a burner, fastest guy at the combine. They spent the second-round pick on a guy who is a top 25 receiver in the league. Why is their best deep threat somebody who got cut November 16th of 2024 by the New England Patriots and was on their practice squad this time a year ago? Somebody has to answer that for me. Cohen, you're our last phone call for the day, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing very good. Thank you very much.
No problem, man.
I want to agree. I don't know why we have Tyquan Thornton getting more targets and receptions than Xavier Worthy. Like, we wasted a first-round pick on somebody that could be very good, and we have someone that got cut from the Patriots.
Cohen, I'm with you, man. I appreciate the phone call. I think some of it is injury, so I don't want to be super harsh and super critical on Xavier Worthy. The Xavier Worthy experience has not gone at all how I thought it was going to go when they drafted him. I think we all kind of had this. Man, when the Chiefs drafted Worthy and you saw his speed and the kind of receiver that he was at Texas, you started to think big about what that meant for their offense and getting back to what they were in 2018 and 2019 and the big plays down the field. I don't feel like that's what it's been at all. And in Tyquan Thornton, I would say we learned pretty quickly in Tyquan Thornton, say that 10 times fast. In his first 6 games as a Chief, he has better downfield chemistry with Patrick Mahomes than Xavier Worthy does in 2 seasons. At least that's what I see. So there are some very obvious flaws, in my opinion, with the Chiefs' passing attack that has to be addressed this offseason. We got the hits coming up. Keep it locked in. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison. Watch the show on YouTube by subscribing to the 965 YouTube channel. The Drive, brought to you by DM Entry Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Entry Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5, The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Entry Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Entry Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing Technicians you can trust with your house keys. You've got a crash downtown 670 westbound before 13th. Right lane is blocked. Also a crash and debris. Center lane blocked. 71 northbound at 22nd. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, Missouri, if you haven't heard by now, good news. FanDuel Sportsbook is live in the Show Me State, and they're kicking things off with an offer that's tough to beat. Right now, new customers in Missouri can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or more, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So download FanDuel today and head to FanDuel.com/Missouri and join the excitement. Remember, new Missouri customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. Because Missouri, it's time to play your game of FanDuel. FanDuel is the official sportsbook partner of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. you have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
The world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circa Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Who is the area's only dealer for Fronius professional welding equipment? Metal by the Foot, located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Don't drink and drive, keep friends alive, speak up and say, put keys away, takes everyone, still can have fun, from everywhere, people who care, remember when the fun is over, always fun to have a ride that's sober, don't drink and drive, keep friends alive, don't drink and drive, don't drink and drive, don't drink and drive, don't drink and drive.
You don't need carolers, you just need a voice. Prevent tragedy, speak up for a sober ride. Brought to you by Save Mo Lives.
The Chiefs have been scoring a ton of points lately, and that means I'm saving a ton of money at Hy-Vee. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs because I score big fuel savings when I shop Hy-Vee the day after any Chiefs game. Win or lose, I'll earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents a gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. So the more we score, the more I save, only for my friends at Hy-Vee.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Park & Go. Your holiday travel made easy with all covered airport parking.
Heading out of town for the holidays? Make travel easy with Park & Go. Enjoy all covered parking, free shuttles, and luggage help that'll have you feeling merry and bright. Reserve your spot now at bookparkandgo.com. Happy holidays from Park & Go.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
All right, I have so many thoughts that we'll get to in this 5 o'clock hour. Congratulations on getting through your 9 to 5. I really appreciate you guys listening and making us a part of your day. We may have some time to take phone calls, probably more in the second segment than this first segment because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So this is where I am. Let's start with number one. This is what I am most upset about. This is what I am most frustrated in based off what happened in yesterday's game. I think Andy Reid failed us. I think he failed everybody. I think he failed the team. I think he failed the organization. I think he failed the fan base. I think he failed all of us. I don't think that this is hindsight is 2020. I don't think that this is Monday morning quarterback. I believe that their decision to go for it, 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line, is the worst decision that the Chiefs have made since they played that game against the Giants and Travis Kelce threw a pass. I think it's the worst decision they've made since then. It makes absolutely no sense to me. This is why. I believe that the Chiefs' best course of action in winning the game yesterday was them winning a low-scoring defensive battle. Their offense had not really given you a whole lot of confidence, but neither had Houston's. Now, the Chiefs went for it on 3rd down, didn't get it. It's 4th and 1. You're on your own 31st-yard line. Now, Matt Araiza had played very well so far. And we'll get to Houston's offense and the fact that they had not been playing very well. But I think the Chiefs' best chance of winning that game was to keep grinding it out with their defense and keep that game as close as possible and try to dominate the 4th quarter. That's what I believe their best course of action is. And I firmly believe that your head coach has 2 responsibilities. Responsibility number 1 is to get the most out of the talent. Hey, this is what I got. And now let me coach them up. Let me do all of these things. Let me help them improve. That's the player development standpoint of things. That's one side of it. The other side, I believe that your coach is responsible for is putting guys in the right positions to have success. So there's so many things about this decision that make absolutely no sense to me. You want to know why the Chiefs are a good 4th down team this year? It's because Kareem Hunt has been the best short yardage back in the National Football League. So even though I strongly disagree with your decision to go for it, and we'll talk more about why I don't think they should have gone for it, even if that's the decision you're going to make, why is Kareem Hunt not on the field? Because you want to know what that tells me? If you're not going to have Kareem Hunt on the field on 4th and 1, you're throwing it. At least if Kareem Hunt is on the field, I got to respect both of it. I got to respect that Kareem Hunt is a wrecking ball and could possibly move the chains here, or I got to respect that you got a Hall of Fame tight end, a Hall of Fame quarterback, some other weapons on the outside. I have to be open to every possibility of what could happen on this play. Well, you don't got to worry about that when Kareem Hunt is standing over there next to the offensive coordinator. It makes no sense to me why you would do this, why you would roll the dice, and then your number 1 short yardage weapon is not on the field. Use him as a decoy at a bare minimum. That's number 1. Number 2 is, from the way that the defense was playing and the way that the flow of the game is, why would you roll the dice there? The Houston Texans offense had no juice, had no motion, no rhythm. Why would you give them juice and motion? Why? You want to know what Houston had done in the second half before that? Before the Chiefs went for this 4th and 1 from their own 31-yard line, they had 5 drives in the second half. 3 plays, -4 yards. 3 plays, 2 yards. 3 yards, 3 plays, 0 yards. 3 plays, 0 yards. Folks, on their first 4 drives, they ran 12 plays for -2 yards. They then figured out a way to get a first down. They went 6 plays for 19 yards. People, to start the second half of the game, Houston ran 18 plays for 17 yards. Their last point was in the middle of the second quarter. Why would you do anything to give them the ball where 1 first down is a chip shot field goal? Make their offense work. I'll play for you what Andy had to say. But he's talking about risk and reward and why you would go for it and why he would do it again. What was the reward other than keeping possession, which obviously has a tangible benefit? Let's keep the ball. What other reward? You still got to go another 30 yards to get in field goal range for a kicker that I'm not even 100% sure that you trust right now. I could see if the Chiefs had the ball at midfield and did this, I'd be talking to you guys about something else. Because I could at least defend going forward if it was in midfield. But to go for it on their own 31st yard line, it makes no sense to me. I want to tell you guys a stat that I heard. That is the earliest that a team has gone for fourth down on their side of the field in the National Football League in 13 seasons. Think about how long ago that is. Think about all the scenarios and all the options that have popped up for teams to go for it. And the first team to break this streak was Andy Reid, who is usually Mr. Conservative. You know what I think? I think for the first time in a while, you saw Andy Reid panic. You saw the calm, stoic, always reserved Andy Reid panic. And for the first time, not really feel super confident and just decide to pick the dice up and roll it. That's not a smart play. There is no justification in my mind for them going for it right there. You cannot sell it to me. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the analytics say. You are not factoring in the way the game had been playing and the flow and the synergy of the game. And when the other team's offense is as bad as Houston's offense is, why would you do anything that could possibly give them life? Houston's offense was dying of thirst. Why would you potentially hand them a water bottle? It makes, I honestly, I cannot justify it. And it was just a long list of mistakes in a season that has been defined by those mistakes. Andy, just on Monday, a week ago, talked about how the Chiefs were 1-2 plays away and how they needed to, nobody outside believed in. He said all of this last week. The Chiefs lost this game from the same formula that they have lost all 7 of their games. Penalties, turnovers, drops, miscues, mistakes, special teams blunders. It was the same formula. So we can keep selling this. They're 1 or 2 plays away. And if you change this thing, no, they are the problem. And maybe some of you are finally at the place that I was at last week. And I know some of you were at that place after the Denver game. And maybe we have all come to this place at various times. It's over. It's over. You had a great marriage. Phenomenal. The best. You guys got proposed in Italy. The wedding was amazing. You guys still talk about how great the food was and the band. You guys have had great vacations and have kids together. You guys lived a wonderful life, and then something changed. And your relationship, it does not work the same that it used to. You guys fight about things you didn't fight about. It just doesn't work the same anymore. And one day you woke up and realized, I can't do this anymore, and I would be happier if I left. That was last night with the Chiefs. It was the end to me. So I don't care what the win probability is. I don't care that they're favored. I don't care what they still gotta. I don't want to run through any playoff scenarios. When they win again, maybe we'll entertain that on this show. But I'm not entertaining the on-paper game. The on-paper game for me died when they turned on the Plaza lights. I'm not buying it anymore. I don't believe you anymore. You've lost 4 of your last 5 games, and every loss that you have is the exact same. It's close in the fourth quarter, and then you make 1 or 2 mistakes, and that is the reason why you lose. So I don't want to hear about the officials or the hit on Rasheed Rice. I don't want to hear any of that. No, this is a them problem. And when Sean Payton came out a couple of weeks ago and said that the Chiefs were a first half team and then went out there and proved it with his team in the fourth quarter for a team that had their back completely up against the wall, had to have it. They showed you all night what the playoff percentage was for a win and a loss for both of these teams. This was a playoff game at home for the Chiefs. I don't care that it was in the regular season. The Chiefs in the fourth quarter, interception, a insane decision to go for it on fourth down. They then had to go for it on fourth down the next time they had the ball because they were down 7. Another turnover on down, an interception. An interception. I'm sitting here doing the math. The Chiefs offense did nothing in the fourth quarter of this game. It's money time. It's go time. And they decided to put the game and their season in the hands of an offense that was broken yesterday. There is no justifying it to me. There is no defending it to me. There is no other side argument. There is my side and wrong. Those are the only two positions that you can have when it comes to this. Here's Andy Reid.
So I need to make sure that I give the guys an opportunity on those fourth downs to make plays, take full responsibility for that. Thought we could muster something up there, and I knew points were important. So, but that's my responsibility to make sure those work. We've been so good in that area, whether it was run or pass, and so. I felt we were in a good position. I thought we had a good play. Again, I thought it was the right thing to do then. And this is terrible to say in a situation like this because we didn't win and we didn't get that, but I would probably do that same thing again. But I also know when you don't get them, it can be a problem, and especially when they're in that field goal range area. Very aware of that. But again, I thought the risk reward was right for that time. It slapped me in the face though, so it didn't go that way.
I'm sorry. You're wrong. I'm radio host. I'm telling you that you're wrong. And if your justification for going for it is because Chat GPT told you that's the right stand, then you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm sorry. I normally concede both sides of things. I really can. I normally, good point. We might disagree, but hey, you made good points. I didn't hear Andy make a single good point in his argument of why they went for it. If you're going to go for it on fourth and short, but your fourth and short back isn't in the game, no. No. And the fact that they are the first team to do that in 13 years tells me everything I need to know. He did something that Dan Campbell wouldn't do. He did something that Brandon Staley wouldn't do. He did something that Ron Rivera didn't do. That is the earliest that a team went for it on fourth down on their side of the field in 13 years in a tie ball game. It's unacceptable. Hit the button, Rob.
Your workday is over.
Oh, yeah.
You're headed home, and now you're stuck in traffic. Time to get caught up on the biggest stories in Kansas City and around the country with CDOT and Rob. It's time for the hits. Number 1.
Carrington Harrison's hits are brought to you by Baker University. Make your next era orange at Baker University, the first university in Kansas and ranked number 1 in return on investment among private universities in the state. Baker University, forever in our orange era.
You know what I think? And we can move on from this. I don't want to just beat you over the head with this fourth down decision all day. It felt a lot like the fake punt that the Texans ran that kind of started this run. If you think about the synergy between those two things, remember how puzzling it was for why Houston would go for a fourth down fake punt in that scenario? You're thinking like, what? Why would you go for this here? That just doesn't make any sense. Like, it almost is like time is a flat circle. The Chiefs dynasty started, I would say, with a questionable fourth down decision in a game against Houston, and their dynasty ended in a questionable fourth down decision against Houston. Time is really, really a flat circle. All right, Rob, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I know you're about to get all giddy.
Number 2.
I'm going to give you a little bit of going. You can turn it down. I'll give you 60 seconds, my brother. So go ahead and play the KU fight song and give you 60 seconds to get your take off. That's it. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. I'll set the alarm on my phone. Go ahead and hit the fight song. I got to wear it.
How did you know hit number 2 is going to be Kansas? Because the stupid Chiefs having their funeral today and their season ending really stole a day of content from us.
Don't worry, we'll get to it tomorrow. Believe me, I got plenty of thoughts about Missouri not making the NCAA tournament this year. Plenty of thoughts.
Oh wow, you've really pivoted from a.
They're not going to have a good non-con win. They only have one decent game left. It's against Illinois. Illinois is better than them. They've played 2 real teams this year. They lost to Notre Dame, and they got curb stomped yesterday by KU. So if you're going to go into conference play in the SEC with no good non-con wins, you better finish 10-8. That's the only chance. Right now, Missouri has one offensive philosophy: Mark Mitchell drive to the basket. If that don't work, what else can they do well? What else do they do? They ain't got no shooters.
Jacob Cruz is definitely out there.
Let's do hit number 3. I'm not talking
Oh,
about this anymore.
give me my minute. You said I get a minute. Okay. I'm taking my minute.
Right, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm real fired up today, and I apologize. I'm normally not like this, but the Chiefs, they really made me mad yesterday.
We have 4 days to talk about how Kansas will be the only school locally making the NCAA tournament. Jerome Tang
might be the only school to keep their coach at the end of the season.
Jerome Tang should be having a celebration today that the Chiefs lost because he is on the brink of
lost
fire.
to Seton Hall at the crib.
Double
you gotta
digits.
go, bro. You gotta
Smoked.
go.
But you know what?
Go.
We're not talking about Jerome Tang and other losers for this minute. We're talking about the University of Kansas, who I heard for the last 6 months, oh, the program stepped on. The talent difference between Missouri and Kansas ain't that big. Darren Porter Jr. Snickers here, Snickers there.
I was saying this.
Well, guess what happened yesterday, Carrington? As the kids say, BTA. The University of Kansas walloped Missouri in front of dozens of fans. We can talk about how T-Mobile Center screwed everyone, but that's neither here nor there. Darren Peterson, he got so tired beating Mizzou up, he decided to head to the sideline and get some work done on his hamstring. BTA, Carrington.
Okay, well, can we move on now? I gave you your time, all right? I feel like I was very respectful. I promise you tomorrow we will talk more Kansas and Missouri. I promise you we will. If you guys missed it, we have established a new rule on the show. If you missed it, I just want to tell you that we have a new rule on the show. Sometimes people come up to me and they're like, oh man, am I blocked on the text line? I always look at them and say one thing: we only block you for 2 reasons. You could text in every single day that you think I'm an idiot. I will not block you. You are allowed to feel that way. I block you if you just spam the text line. Like, some people do that, and I normally give you a warning. Like, all right, hey, you don't got to send the same text 9 consecutive times. I can't read other people's texts. Please don't spam the text line. If you're racist, I block you. Like, I got to read that at work? I don't want to. If you say something homophobic, I just block you. Like, I've told the rules, the terms and conditions are very simple to texting the show. I am adding one thing this offseason to the terms and conditions. If you call Rashee Rice a top 10 receiver, that is block-worthy commentary. If you suggest that the Chiefs should pay Rashee Rice this offseason, it is block-worthy commentary. The biggest disagreement that the text line and I have gotten into this season is about Rashee Rice. Before Rashee Rice came back, we were talking about Rashee Rice like they were adding Justin Jefferson to their team. People were talking about Rashee Rice like they were adding Jamar Chase to this team. The text line was arguing that he was a top 5 receiver in the league. Rob, you remember that day we were going through receivers, and the text line was yelling at me that he was better than Devontae Smith and better than Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like, I started thinking I was crazy when we were having this conversation. Then you remember my take was, I'm not against paying Rashee Rice. I'm still not. I'm not against paying Rashee Rice, but why do we need to rush? Oh, I mean, this is how you get into salary cap hell. You got to do it early. Why though? Why do you need to pay that guy early? He doesn't have a 1,000-yard season. He has a season in which he missed because of a knee injury. He also missed the first 6 games of his 3rd season because of a off-the-field incident. This is 3 years with Rashee Rice. We have no clue if he's a great receiver or not. He's good, but is he great? Excuse me. I'm not super interested in paying that guy yet. Why can't you wait? Text line argued me. Called me all kind of names on the text line. I'm telling you right now, if you argue that this offseason, I'm blocking you. Because I just don't, you're a liar. You don't watch the games. You don't. You can't watch the games and think that. Rashee Rice is good. He's a good receiver. There's a lot of good receivers in the league. It's the deepest position in the league. He is a good, capable receiver with shaky hands. And what's most important to me with Rashee Rice isn't even the hands thing. It is in the 2 games that they went up against elite level defenses, and they really needed a difference maker. Against the Broncos, a Broncos team that didn't have Patrick Surtain, 6 catches for 38 yards. Last night against the Texans, the Chiefs desperately needed a top-end, high-level receiver. He had 4 catches for 34 yards. So if you want to talk to me about how he played really well against the Commanders, great. If you want to talk to me about how he helped cook that Buffalo defense that everybody is cooking right now, great. He was really good against the Cowboys defense. When they've gone up against physical, man coverage teams, Rashee Rice has looked incredibly average. So this offseason, when Rashee Rice and his agent come to me and try to advocate for a new contract, my answer is going to be simple. No. I want you to come back on your rookie deal. Come back healthy, focused, ready to get us back to the postseason, ready to ball out. That would be my message to Rashee Rice. I'm not trading Rashee Rice, but I'm telling you right now, if I had 2 options, if this is like red or blue pill, there's only 2 options. Would you rather extend Rashee Rice right now or trade him for a 2nd-round pick? I would trade Rashee Rice if those were the only 2 options. I don't know how you can give that guy the money. Based on what? You guys lied to me. You fooled me is what you did. You fooled me. And heading into their most important game of the season, when the Chiefs have spent all of these resources on 1st-round pick and 2nd-round pick and wide receiver, their offense still centers around a 36-year-old professional podcaster. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. It is a blockable offense. And I honestly, Rob, I haven't blocked anybody since that one guy said that coming to America wasn't funny. That's the last time I blocked somebody. I don't block people on the text line. There's no reason to. If you are advocating for them to pay him, I'm blocking you because you're a liar. And you've broken the terms and conditions of listening to this show. I don't want to hear it. Please do not talk to me about it. That's as nice as I can say it. He is not a top 10 receiver. They should not pay him this offseason. I want to see him hungry, motivated, coming in on a rookie contract, ready to ball out, ready to be a leader, ready to have 1,000 yards receiving next year, and ready to help turn this offense around. Because the way that we talked about Rashee Rice and what has actually turned out to be the case once he got back in this offense, we all got catfish. Keep it right here. It's The Drive.
This is Wyatt Thompson from K-State, and you're listening to The Drive with CDOT right here on 96.5 The Fan and the Odyssey app.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
It's Cody and Gold, and you guys know we've been telling you about Centric, whereas in as little as 4 months, you can find a brand new career in IT. Take it from our friend Colin.
Before Centric, I tried community college, and when that didn't work, I went to Centric. Their IT career program helped me land my first job in cybersecurity, and in just a few years, I worked my way up to a remote senior role with great pay and real work-life balance. Centric gave me the jumpstart I needed.
Colin's got the right idea. He was ready for that new career and knew Centric was his path to do it. Reach out to our guy, Russ Mondry at Centric.com and start that new career.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
The NFL season is rolling along, and you're starting to get a better feel on who's a contender and who's a pretender, and you can make all your predictions over at FanDuel. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets, from yards to touchdowns to who you think is going to win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. And tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers 30% profit boost token. That's right. You can get in on the action for 30% profit boost on this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for every snap. So whether you want to bet who's going to win the game, who's going to score a touchdown, or who's going to score the first touchdown, you can do all that with our friends over at FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
At Busey, banking is about more than numbers. It's about relationships. For over 150 years, we've been helping individuals, families, and businesses reach their goals with personalized service and local decision-making. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next big move, we're here with the tools and support to help you move forward with confidence. Busey Bank, your partner for life's moments, both big and small. Member FDIC.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wondershop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wondershop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wondershop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Pros don't just show up, they prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for, client portrayal, and endorsed. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing Technicians you can trust with your house keys. You've got a crash downtown 670 westbound before 13th. Right lane is blocked. Also a crash and debris. Center lane blocked. 71 northbound at 22nd. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to The Drive with C-Dot on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
This text right here, I think, perfectly leads us into this next topic. C-Dot, if you have the answers and think you can do better, then you should go do it. I'm tired of listening to you complain and the whining. I'm done listening to you gripe and complain about a team that has won 3 Super Bowls. I completely understand and respect what the Chiefs have accomplished. 100%. I mean, if there's anybody that understands the gravity of what they've done, it's me. Rob, the Chiefs' success has changed our life. Like, it's changed our life. Like, literally, it's changed our life. So there's no disrespect to what they've done. It's my job to talk about how they are today, where they are right now. Houston does not care about what the Chiefs have accomplished. If anybody knows, it's Houston. Houston knows how good the Chiefs have been. Denver knows how good the Chiefs have been. Buffalo, that started this thing, everybody knows how good the Chiefs have been. The question to me is, how did we get here? It'd be one thing if the Chiefs were an 8-4 wild card team and they were just off of our expectations, but they were playing good football. They're not. They're going to miss the playoffs. We've gone from Super Bowl or bust, is it a failure if they lose in the AFC Championship game, to now trying to do mental gymnastics with tiebreakers and just hoping that they can be the 7 seed. Makes me sad how far we've come. So, I mean, I get it. All I can do is give you a reflection of how I feel right now about the Chiefs. And I'm very frustrated with how they've played. And I've been frustrated with how they've played for a month now. And I get it that different people are at different stages. Some of the text line still believes in the Chiefs. Hey, you know, if you're there, I'm not there. And I have not been there. I have not been there since Thanksgiving night. When they lost that game to the Cowboys, I was done. I was out. I told you, you cannot be a 6-6 team and then tell me how you're about to go 5-0. So now you can't be a 6-7 team and now tell me how you're going 4-0. No, they're going to lose to either Denver or Los Angeles. I don't know which one, but watching them this year, they will lose to one of those two teams. But even in all of that, I feel very strongly in this. There is no scenario in which I will advocate for them to fire Andy Reid. Not this season. There is not a single scenario in which I will advocate that. So I don't want to see in a couple of weeks, well, you were saying, no, I didn't. I never said that. In no scenario do I want the Chiefs to fire Andy Reid. When you've been as good as Andy Reid has been, when you've been as good as he's been, you get the opportunity to come back. You get the opportunity to regroup and retool and guide it how you will. I mean, this season has been a disaster. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they didn't go 2-15. They're going to win 10 games, which is a disappointment. But you don't fire Bill Self when they were an 8 seed in the NCAA tournament. No, you get to continue to be the head coach and recruit and go out and do things to get back to where we think the expectations should be. Why is Andy not allowed that? I get it. Now, when you get mad, everybody should be fired. No, Andy should not be fired. Brett Veach should not be fired. This one season that didn't meet expectations doesn't completely eliminate the last 8 years of everything that you guys have accomplished. It buys you the goodwill. It buys you the time. If you've been the top salesman for the last 11 years and you have a down year, you shouldn't feel like your job is at stake. Look at what I've done for you guys. Give me some time to correct it. Give me some time to get my numbers back right. So I'm not there with Andy Reid or Brett Veach, and I'm not really close. Now, next season does this, then we can have this conversation again in a year. Hopefully we're not here in a year. But there will not be a scenario in which I advocate for the Chiefs to fire their head coach or change general managers. I'm also very much on board with Spags coming back. Now, Matt Nagy's a different conversation. Everybody can't come back. I'm sorry. When you miss the postseason as a team like Kansas City, everybody cannot come back. But at least for me, those 3 people all get the opportunity to come back. Andy, Veach, Spags, they can come back. Now, there needs to be some philosophy changes. There's some things I'd like for them to do. But the big thing for me is I want everybody to look at this offseason as 2 parts. And you guys will be tired of me saying this, but there are some things that are March and April problems. We know what March and April problems are. They need a pass rusher. They need a legitimate 27-year-old physical man-beating wide receiver is what they need. There's some things they need. I don't think the Chiefs are super far off. They're not a bad football team. They're just not a consistent football team. I think this team's going to finish with a winning record. You're not that far off. A couple of pieces, but twofold. And now in hindsight, we can say this. The Chiefs failed in 2 critical errors building this team. They failed in free agency. They failed. When you know your run game is struggling and you go get Elijah Mitchell and he doesn't get a carry, you failed. He's healthy. It's not like he popped his Achilles in training camp, and that's why, no, he wasn't good enough. You misevaluated your roster. In free agency on defense, when you don't spend money to go get pass rush outside of the organization, and you bring back the same pass rush as before, and you don't get to the other team's quarterback, you failed in free agency. They took one swing on defense. They got Christian Fulton. He doesn't play. So I know a lot of the conversation is going to be about the draft, and it should be. And that's their best chance to get back. They got to hit on a couple of starters. Absolutely. The draft matters. And they're going to have, hopefully, the best draft position that they have for the rest of Patrick Mahomes' career. So that is absolutely important. But the other half of it is you can't get a 0 in free agency the way that they did. You got a 0 in free agency, and you failed the draft. And for a team that desperately just looks like it needs to turn over its roster, you get a chance to turn over your roster in March and April, and they failed. So next October, when we're like, oh, well, why didn't they? I'm going to tell you the time to do it. They're going to have a 60-day stretch to answer all those questions. Well, why didn't they go get a running back? They should have traded for Breece Hall. They had that chance. They didn't do it. They missed that window to go get a running back like Breece Hall that could help them. Well, why don't they get it? They have a chance to get those things. Jawan Taylor's contract is coming off the books. Travis Kelce's contract is coming off the books. Christian Fulton's contract should be coming off the books. They're going to have some cap space to wheel and deal and maneuver and go make some moves. So on day one of free agency, you can't miss the way that they did. So when you go get Jalen Moore, who is in a starter for you, and you spend $21 million on a backup offensive lineman, that's a miss. When your big addition on defense is Christian Fulton, who doesn't play, at least Jalen Moore's got on the field. Christian Fulton, he can't even see the field. You failed. When you need a running back and you get Elijah Mitchell, you failed. When you didn't draft a running back until round 7 and you don't give him carries, you failed. They failed in the construction of this team at almost every single turn. Honestly, the Isapole kid might be the best example. They had a starting caliber left tackle on their team that they cut. Outright cut him. Outright just let him go. That kid can play. I don't know if he's a high-end starter in the league, but that kid could play. He looked like he was better than Wanya Morris. He certainly handled left tackle better than we've seen Wanya Morris do in his time in Kansas City. Something's off in their player evaluation, or they just missed. They hit the transfer portal and missed this offseason. And if you want to get back to the postseason and you want to be a team that's dangerous and a team that can make noise, you got to start connecting. You got to draft well. You got to have a better plan in free agency. And this team needs to really highlight players between the ages of 22 and 27 years old. They need more of those caliber players on this team. Coming up on the other side, we'll get you ready for Monday Night Football and how it affects the Chiefs. That's coming up. Keep it locked in. It's The Drive.
The Drive with Carrington Harrison, a show that prides itself on getting it right.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, folks, it's Carrington Harrison from The Drive here. Many men remember their first time. Not that first time. I'm talking about the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined that special moment. And if you're over 50, then the chances are then you've experienced this before. That first time can be frustrating. It can be a little bit embarrassing. But here's the good news. At Heartland Men's Health, that first time can also be the last time. Heartland Men's Health specializes in treating ED when the pills and herbals fail. With a success rate of over 90%, many men see results just after one visit. So your first visit is just $99, which includes a consult, lab work, and if medically advised, you get to test those. And if it doesn't work right there in the office, then your visit is on the house. So don't let ED define your sex life. Call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or check out the website, heartlandmenshealth.com today. You can also stop by and visit any of the 3 area locations, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City. Be sure to stop by Heartland Men's Health.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
What's up, guys? It's Drew. You know, confidence is key. You hear that all the time when it comes to everything in your life. The players that we watch and all the winning that we see comes from players who are confident and are able to deliver when it matters most. What if you could be more confident where it counts? I'm talking about Blue Chew. They provide access to chewable tablets that help you feel and perform at your best. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Because showing up matters during life's most exciting moments. Day nights just got longer and better for everyone. Be ready when she is. Turn oh no into oh yes with Blue Chew. This isn't just about performance. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. There's an offer for you there. You get your first month free. When you use our promo code KFNZ at checkout, just cover $5 in shipping. That's it. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Then you're ready to chew it and do it.
We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance and better health. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll for your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
This season, enjoy stress-free comfort with easy booking and trusted service from Anthony. Save up to $4,500 on a new high-efficiency HVAC system. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there. With information coming at us all day, every day, it's hard to know what to trust. And the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals. So it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, a contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Located in KC and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Got a crash, Shawnee 35 southbound at Shawnee Mission Parkway. Right lane is blocked. Also 435 eastbound at Metcalf. Scoot to the right. That's a fender bender. Left lane closed there. I'm Val with traffic on 96.5 The Fan.
The only place in town to hear the hypothetical button game is on The Drive with Carrington Harrison.
All right, a couple of things. We'll talk about Monday Night Football. I have three things that I want to get to before we get out of here. Number one, My mother recently moved. She lives in Texas now. So I went down there to visit her on Saturday, and I went to San Antonio for the first time. I've never been, never really had a reason to go to San Antonio until just now. So I went down there, Rob, and I went to the Riverwalk, and it was incredible. I didn't know it was like that. Had absolutely no clue that's what it was like. I would advise people to go and give San Antonio a chance. I had no clue. None. Was stunned. Was like, man, this has been here this whole time. I felt kind of bad for San Antonio. All those times I laughed at Shaq's jokes and Charles' jokes about San Antonio. I felt kind of bad because I was like, wait, this is actually a really nice city. Very nice city. That's number one. Rob continues to drop the 1587 prime hints too. I'm starting to pick up on it. So at the company holiday party, I was eavesdropping a little bit. You know how it is. Like, so Rob's next to me and he's talking to somebody else. And I'm not even lying. This is what Rob said. Hey, man, me and my wife are really trying to go, but I don't have all those connections like Carrington does. That's what he said. Just like what? A lot of hints being dropped about this 1587. I had no clue that Rob wanted the Wagyu meatball so bad. No clue. I've learned so much about Rob. The last thing, and I'm sure there's somebody out there that feels this pain. Ever since gambling has become legal in Missouri, I just started making donations to FanDuel. I really did. I started making donations. I think I maybe hit 2 bets in a week. I've been getting smoked. If I think you're going to score a touchdown, you don't. If I got a 50-50 between somebody, it just doesn't matter. The other thing's going to happen. It's not going well for me today. I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I do. But I don't know anything. They're not going to win. The Eagles are going to win. The Eagles always win. I don't know what to do. Those are my 3 things I want to share with you guys.
First off, I will tell you, as someone who's been living in a state that had sports gambling for a long time, you got to kind of learn to control when you want to bet versus when you need to bet. Because there was a time where I was like, Monday Night Football's on. Let's fire off a bet. Ooh, NBA game on TNT. Fire off a bet.
I haven't been going crazy. I've been doing the same things that I normally do. I normally play Boost.
100% there's a higher volume right now because of all the Boost and things available.
Oh, wait, with the Boost, yeah. But I have a system. I'm either making a $5, $10, or $20 bet. I just try to stay in that lane. I know I'm not getting rich from this, but, I don't mind paying for a little, I don't mind paying for, a little gas money here, a little Chipotle. That's all I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for recreation, It is fun. It's fun to go through it, yeah. But I've been getting smoked. I'm telling you right now, I've been getting smoked. That's what I've been telling you. Someone said, C-Dot, you went to Texas for a day. I actually was in Texas for one day. I flew down there on Saturday morning, and I had lunch with my mom. We went to this very popular barbecue restaurant in Texas. Yo, it was good. I ain't gonna lie.
Was it Terry Black's?
No, I gotta look up what the name of it was. I don't remember off the top of my head. It wasn't
Franklin Barbecue, was it?
No, it was good. I'm here telling you, it was very, very good. The ribs were fantastic. Our burnt ends were better, but those ribs were phenomenal. My mom and I went to the Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach fight. Did that on Saturday. I flew back on Sunday morning, and then I went to the Missouri game, which I probably just should have spent more time with my mom. In hindsight, I just should have spent more time with her. I got up early. I was on the first flight out to get back. I was like, I got to go to the game. I got back at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I took a little bit of a nap. I got up around 10:30. I watched the college football playoff, walked down to the game. Man, I should have gave my tickets away to a family. That's what I should have done. I should have gave my tickets away to a father and son. Never again, man. I'm not going to next year's border war. I'm not going. I'm tired. Tired of watching them just get their boots smoked by Kansas. But in the last 4 years, they've gotten smoked. I mean, I know I'm going to be back, but still, it's the principle. It's the principle of it. I'm just tired of it. Sick. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm actually really excited about tomorrow's show. We are going to have all 3 of the local coaches whose team won their high school state championship tomorrow. So one of the kids, the kid on Lee Summit, he ran for 400 yards. I'm excited to learn more about him. So we'll have fun. Take care of yourself.